Welcome back to the Nihilist Media Podcast. This is Bonding with Bond. I'm Mark.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today we watched what I think Nicholas is going to call the worst Bond movie ever made.
And Moonraker's still worse, but this was awful.
It's pretty bad. We open up and the film gets really aggressive. It shoots a bullet at me. It's insinuating that I'm a bad guy. And I think I am a bad guy because I'm watching this film.
Yeah. It's they start off by adding things where they shouldn't.
Yeah, this is the worst fucking
gun barrel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
far.
Yeah, if you didn't know, they add like a bullet getting shot at you.
I'll actually amend. It's not the worst gun barrel. The Quantum of Solace gun barrel was the worst gun barrel.
Hey,
where he's flopping his gun, past his fucking legs.
So a little behind the scenes. A couple weeks ago, I watched all of them to kind of try to get my top 10 of it down.
Yeah,
and the Quantum of Solace is so bad. It's literally like just flopping a gun around in his other hand, and it's terrible. But this is probably the second worst.
Maybe.
And Roger Moore's first one's pretty bad.
Yeah,
his redo's not the worst, but.
Yeah, I actually prefer his first one, but that's a debate for another fucking podcast. This sucks. Wow. So this is the end of an era, everybody. This is it. This is
the end of the series.
The end of the character of Bond that we've met from Dr. No up until now. So the first 40 years of the series is over. We are no longer, so the Bond that we know is no longer the Bond that we will know from now on.
Now we'll get a better one.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck off. No.
There's less worse movies in the new series.
I kind of disagree because I think this is going to be the worst movie. You're going to think this is the worst movie until 2 movies from now.
Yeah, I was going to say the ratio is still off.
Yeah.
I was like...
I think the ratio gets a lot worse, Nick.
I was like, he only has 2 bad ones.
Usually with our ratio in this series, it's been you have 4 great movies and you'll have a really piss poor, awful movie.
Yeah.
And then you'll have but with Craig, you'll have a great one. You're going to have a shit one. You're going to have a great one. You're going to have a fucking shit one. Then you're going to end it off with all right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. The more I think about another No Time to Die, the sadder I'm getting about it.
Yeah. The less you want to rewatch it.
Yeah. I'm excited for that episode. I almost bought it yesterday. I ran to Bull Moose. I was like, "Ooh, I should get this for us," but I didn't. You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
Because I don't want to buy it.
I'll probably own it. Because I think I'll probably wait for a Craig collection dumb thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the Sean collection?
No, because remember it didn't have all the movies on it.
Oh yeah.
The one that I saw, it would, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast. We were at I think it was Target or something the other day, and they had box sets, or quote-unquote box sets, and it was the James Bond collections for each of the Bonds, and it just was a random selection of their movies. Mm-hmm. It was the George collection. I was like, oh, the one?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised you haven't gotten the George collection yet.
I'm gonna find the best printing there is of On Your Majesty's Secret Service and frame it.
I assume that one day Nick's gonna have the George collection, the Dalton collection, the Brosnan collection, the Connery collection, and the Craig collection. And I don't think he's missing anything after that.
I'm gonna get a full back tattoo of On Her Majesty's.
Yeah, of Roger Moore.
Oh yeah, of Roger Moore at his worst.
Yeah,
shirtless.
Yeah, you're gonna get Octopussy Roger Moore on your back. No, you're gonna get Roger Moore in the spacesuit on your back.
This is how I get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I become a Roger Moore billboard.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Fanboys when
Jar Jar Binks, this guy's gonna be the shit.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison. That would basically exactly be my existence.
Yeah. I rewatched that actually recently. It did not hold up.
I was gonna say that I feel like that would be a hit or miss movie.
It fucking does not hold up.
I want to watch Grandma's Boy again.
See if it holds up.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm kind of scared it's not gonna hold up.
I have no idea if that one holds up.
I feel like it might, just because of all the funny bits I remember. But
I mean, Fanboys has some good bits in it, but on the whole, it does not hold up.
Yeah.
You know what does hold up? Zachary and Mary Make a Porno.
Did you just rewatch all of the
late 2000s comedies?
Yeah.
pretty much. The only one that I didn't watch was I Love You Man, which I know that one holds up, and Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is a masterpiece of cinema. But anyway, we're going to talk about masterpieces.
The Bond podcast.
We're talking about shit movies, all right, everybody? So this one we're not going to go as in depth because I don't care. And because also we're going to do a ranking of the original series so far. And
no, it's all of the original series. Not even so far.
Yeah. The complete.
Yeah. This is a bookend for the original series.
Yeah.
So we'll get to pick our favorites.
We're going to go from worst to best.
We're going to include...
Never Say Never Again, yeah.
So
a
little asterisk at the end.
Yeah.
Also, that one good Craig one.
Let's go with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
The better ending?
This had... I will say, I was a little worried I was going to like it. I've had all of his movies built up that they're going to be trash. And Mark's like, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I love all of them except this one. And I liked all the ones so far. And at the beginning of this one, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to like a trash one. This isn't going to be good.
I mean, I hate it from the start.
I really like the surfing is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the hover scenes, the hovercraft chase thing, I also really didn't like. So I really only like the torture scene.
Yeah, so basically Bond, we're flying through this already. So Bond goes to North Korea. He sees this guy in a helicopter. He takes the guy's identity. He's got diamonds. He puts bombs inside the diamonds. He goes to see Lau and the villain of the film. Gustav Graves will be his name later in the film because his name's in the beginning is not that important. They figure it out. But then Bond detonates the bomb anyway. He has diamonds go into Zhao's face. It looks cool at the time. Won't look cool later on in the movie.
Yeah. Little diamond claymore.
Yeah, I think it would have looked cool if they kept the hair, but they didn't.
Oh yeah, he does have hair at the beginning.
Yeah.
Why did they make him bald?
Yeah, I don't know. Because they don't make an egg.
They don't make
Gustav Graves.
Yeah, Gustav Graves. I was going to try to remember his original name.
No.
But he doesn't... Yeah, he has hair. He has, like, flowing locks.
Yeah. So
why did he have to be bald?
So they're going against the Korean government where they're doing this weird deal with diamonds and there's something.
Yeah, they're, like, arms dealing.
It's Bond shit. Who cares?
Yeah, he's got some anti-tank gun.
Bond blows everything up. And then, the head of the general of the Korean army is coming to find them. And the one dude... So the Gustav Graves needs to kill Bond, or Daddy's gonna be mad.
Yeah, basically.
Bond kills Gustav Graves, and Daddy throws him into the gulag equivalent of Korea.
Yeah. And then we're fed one of the worst Bond songs I heard.
Debatably the worst.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if that might be not crowd pleaser, but man, I hated that song.
I mean, is it the worst?
The theming's terrible.
I'm trying to think of one that could be worse. Octopussies was pretty bad.
Octopussies was terrible.
Live
and Let Die.
That was fucking amazing. What are you talking about?
Just still my favorite one so far.
The Quantum of Solace theme I remember being pretty shit.
Is that the Chris?
No, that's Casino Royale.
Okay. I can't wait. I just want it to be next Monday so bad.
Yeah. You mean Tuesday?
Yeah, we record on Monday. It comes out at midnight.
What other ones are bad? Spectre's pretty bad.
Is that the Sam
Smith one?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
Especially when Radiohead made their own version.
Oh my God, and the Radiohead one's so much better. And I didn't mind No Time to Dies. I listened to it again recently and I was like, oh,
yeah, it's good.
Pretty good. Skyfalls is still a bop.
It is.
Adele destroys it.
Yeah. I think that, especially coming off of The World Is Not Enough, when that banger of a song.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks. This sucks.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It was 2002. They should have given it the fucking System of a Down.
Oh my God, dude! I would have
System of a Down.
I would have died. I really like System of a Down.
Me too, but I don't know if they would do a Bond. Serge Tankian. Another day.
I'm picturing it. I don't think it's in my head the worst.
It's not the worst, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
be it's just the Serge Tankian. Die another day.
I think
he'll do.
the Madonna. What's the thing she says? Is it just the name of the movie she says over and over again?
Well, she goes, I'm gonna wake up. Yes and no. I'm gonna
God, it's
show
so
my
bad.
body.
This
I guess
song-
I'll die another day.
Yeah. And then, I guess I'll die another day is repeated 45 times.
Yeah. She has gone down significantly since her appearance in the legendary film Dick Tracy.
I think she acts all right in this one.
Yeah, she's an alright actress.
Yeah.
But once again, she's not as good as she was in Dick Tracy. Have you ever seen Dick Tracy?
No.
Do you like Tim Burton's Batman?
Is it a private investigator type movie?
It's Tim Burton's Batman, but instead of Batman, you have a cop, and
really?
it's insane.
That's
and,
pretty cool.
And Al
I'll watch
Pacino's got a gigantic ass.
it. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and the entire movie, he's just yelling the whole movie. Like, you know how like that the Al Pacino thing where he yells in a scene that makes it really powerful? They do it the entire movie.
The Dunkachino guy?
Yeah. Like the whole movie, he's just like, what? Oh my god, go!
So loud. Look at the spikes. And also the visuals are garbage too.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that Nick has always wanted to see is Bond just get his ass kicked for a while, and they ruined that for him.
Yeah. I think the torture scene itself is pretty good. And especially after the opening credits where he's all aged and stuff, I'm like, ooh, I like this. I like the idea that they kind of trick him into it's a firing range or a firing squad to try to get in the last moments to try to get the secret out.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of clever.
Yeah. So this was directed by Lee Taramore, who also directed the sequel to Triple X, the Vin Diesel movie.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. The sequel to that.
I'm trying to. Is it something in the dark or something?
That was the one with Ice Cube. So Bond's got.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Reddick or whatever.
Yeah.
The Reddick Chronicles.
So Bond's got a big old beard and he's got long hair. The general's like, "Hey, why won't you give a name? Because your people betrayed you." And he's like, "Probably the same people who betrayed me." And they trade, and then they make it seem like he's gonna be a firing squad, but it's not a firing squad. They send him out. He's actually getting traded for Zhao. Michael Madsen's there, and he's just like, "You think he's some kind of hero?" It's like, yeah, because he is. And they knock him out, and then fucking he wakes up, and M's there, and he's like, "Why did you trade?" She's like, "Your freedom came at a price." Blah blah blah. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't ask to be saved," and she says that there was some information
You always
that was
had
leaked.
cyanide.
Yeah,
I liked that line.
Yeah, and he's like, "I got rid of that a long time ago,"
Which is stupid.
Yeah. She says basically that there's been intelligence leaks, blah, blah, blah. The Chinese government has lost 2 members because Zhao killed them,
Mm-hmm.
and they think it was you. And he's like, it wasn't me. Well, she knows that it's not him, but she's just like, I don't care that it's not you. You still suck, which is like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Bond then fakes having a heart attack, and then he gets out of the MI6 bullshit, and he goes to a Hong Kong hotel and gets cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
And
I kind of liked that scene.
Yeah, it's all right.
With the manager gives him the presidential suite.
Yeah, the Hong Kong Secret Service basically is like watching him. And he's like, I'm not even working for the British intelligence anymore. And like, what do you want? It's our turf now. He's like, I want to help you. Get me into Cuba. And then like they get him into Cuba. He goes to Cuba.
He says, get me into North Korea. And they go, actually, here's a trip to Cuba. Your boy's not where he said he is.
Yeah, Zhao has left Korea. He's actually now in Cuba. Mm-hmm. We go to Cuba, and we get some backstory that is not really that important. Mm-hmm. We get told about Gustav Graves and how he's a diamond smuggler or whatever. And or not a smuggler, but he makes shit with diamonds, and he's a billionaire. We also meet Jinx, which is played by Halle Berry, the character that's going to get a spinoff after this film.
Absolutely. Because of the great performance.
Yep. She comes out of the water like Helene Rider. She has a knife on her, even though she's not looking for shells or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, fan service.
Which is gonna show up a couple times.
Yeah. This movie sucks, yo.
Yeah. I don't know. Even the fan service stuff, I'm like, just have it be like one little thing here and there. Like, the whole Q scene doesn't have to be
what
old
it
gadgets. Yeah. I feel bad too because I feel like he actually would have been an all right Q.
He improved since the last movie.
Yeah, because that was in the last movie. He was so dumb. He's like trying to be cool and smarter than Bond as he's stuck in a door.
Yeah, I like that though.
I think it's dumb.
I think it's funny because like I think it works because he's the assistant Q and he thinks he's Q, but he's not Q yet. He's R. And I think they were playing off that idea of like, well, Desmond Llewellyn can die at any moment, so like we're probably gonna give him a send off in every movie now.
Yeah.
But then he just died in the first one, like ironically. Whereas I feel like
it's good planning.
If he did live to this, he probably would have stayed, and then they would have done the same bit.
Yeah. Again and again and again
until he died.
Yeah. No, that's true. All I'm hearing is Mark's glad he's dead.
I'm not glad that he's dead at all. I would actually prefer to see him do this every time.
Now that I think of it, he only... I guess they didn't know this was the last one. I was going to say, he only missed one movie. Like, he almost made it to the end of the series.
I know, it's sad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He deserved better.
Actually, no. You know what?
You hated him? He deserved it?
He deserved. Fuck him. Should have died. Should have died after
Took
fucking...
too long.
Yeah, should have died right after fucking From Russia with Love. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. No, I think... I mean, he made it to the end of the good Bond films.
Oh,
of
that's
the
true.
series.
Yeah, we'll just cut this one. We won't release this one anymore.
He ended it on a high note. Because for me, at least. I know a lot of people hate World's Not Enough, but you all are wrong. Because I love it and Nick loves it.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
So, fuck off.
I mean, it's no GoldenEye, but it was good.
Most of them aren't.
Yeah.
Literally, there's only one movie that is.
There's two.
What?
On Her Majesty's Secret Service is better.
No, I know. I'm saying one of them is like better. Is like GoldenEye. The rest of them aren't anywhere
That's what I was
close
like.
to
I
it.
thought you were saying GoldenEye is the only GoldenEye.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
those
two are.
It's really those two are on their own level.
Because
my number 3 is Dr. No, and I'm like, it's not either of those movies.
Yeah. So Bond meets Jinx, and they're flirting, making sexual innuendos, and then Bond.
It's tough to watch.
Yeah, Bond goes. Also, I gotta say this: even though this movie's dog shit, Pierce Brosnan is fantastic as Bond.
Yeah, he does pretty good. I do think he does look older now, though, and I think that affects some of the flirty scenes for me. Like,
yeah, that's fair. I think the fact that he is the age or around the age that Roger Moore was when he did Spy Who Loved Me is incredible.
Yeah.
He looks at least 10 years younger than that.
Oh, absolutely. There's a couple scenes where I'm like, oh, you kind of look a little old. But we get he looks way better in just the undershirt. That look.
Yeah. Bond and Jinx fuck, and then Bond goes into that hotel and he finds this guy who is an associate of Zhao, or no, he knows Zhao or some shit.
He's going to the same DNA splicing thing. That's
whatever. He punches him.
He's got a ticket.
Knocks him out. He puts him in a wheelchair. He goes in with the guy, and then he fucking throws the guy in the wall into a corner, and then he walks in. He steals some old dude's grape.
He does. Kind of rude.
Bond, while this is happening, Jinx is being interviewed for the DNA splicing thing with a doctor, and he's just like, I consider myself a surgeon. I'm gonna make you a completely different person, so no one can know it's you. But it's just like, yeah, but like, we gotta fucking. Are you gonna fake my birth certificate? Are you gonna fake my social security card?
Doesn't come with the paper trail.
Are you gonna give me credit? What's going on here?
Hey, what credit score am I paying for here?
Yeah, like.
I want high 800s.
Like it's like that's why I don't believe when movies do shit like this because there's just too much. I believe it when it's like a Breaking Bad thing, where it's like when they go off the grid, they're off the fucking grid.
Yeah.
Like
he goes, "This is going to ruin your life if you make this choice.
Yeah,
if you get in this van,
yeah,
you are gone.
Yeah, like you're gonna be in the woods in New Hampshire by yourself.
I think. Well, did you watch El Camino?
Yeah.
You're going to Alaska.
Yeah.
No one's going to find you.
Yeah.
No one's going to look up there.
Exactly. So that's when I believe it. you know.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like, and even the guy's like, yeah, we're gonna manufacture birth certificates and credit cards and all this shit.
Dumb.
And this one, this guy is just like, I'm gonna make you a new person,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, look at this guy. He looks nothing like a North Korean dictator.
Yeah.
Boom. He's just a white dude now. Regular white dude. Good with
Now he's
sword.
British. Bond ends up finding Zhao, and he grabs his fucking IV.
Yeah,
To
I
wake
don't
him
know
up?
what he's being. He has like an IV drip, but I don't know what's in it. But he squeezes it to rush it into him, and it doesn't seem comfortable.
He was like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Bond.
I guess he's faking it, because then he instantly gets up and fights him.
Yeah, and then he fucking that IV would have been pulled out of him. He's not bleeding at all.
Oh,
So Zhao's there to get like new DNA or whatever, become a different person, but he gets interrupted by Bond, and they just don't think to fix him later. But whatever.
Oh yeah, and he just gives up on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they blew up the lab and killed the doctor.
Yeah, but
So he's just stuck half white with blue eyes.
yeah, and bald.
Egghead
Boy.
That's why he's so mad at Bond.
Yeah.
I'm stuck like this.
Yeah. So they get a big action scene. Jinx kills the doctor.
Plants a bomb.
Yep. Then Zhao gets away. As this is happening, they think they try to get Jinx because she killed the doctor, but she jumps off of
a giant green screen.
yeah, and goes into a boat and leaves. And then this movie's exhausting.
Yeah.
Bond heads to Britain.
Yeah. I think that green screen jump is probably the most offensive of the green screen usage in this, but there is so much.
I think the windsurfing is the most offensive.
No, yeah, you're right. Even most of the sunbeam is pretty rough looking.
Yeah.
They definitely said, "Oh my God, we can do whatever we want with these computers."
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see Phantom Menace? That was the shiznit.
Yeah, I love that Jar Jar guy.
Yeah, we should have a Jar Jar. Let's make our fucking villain.
Let's make our villain Jar Jar.
Yeah, Gustav Graves. So Bond comes in, is going to England, and he's reading a magazine, and it's Gustav Graves, because we've already been told that the diamonds that were like Zhao had were from Gustav Graves.
Yeah, because they have the GG cut into them.
Yeah,
Good game.
Yeah, and also the London Calling by the Clash plays. Nothing less punk rock than James Bond, honestly. So the idea that the Clash is in this movie is very offensive.
I'm also offended. Less than Mark, but
yeah, it's just annoying. But here's the other thing: so Gustav Graves is now like the king of the diamonds, and he's getting knighted by the Queen.
Because he has diamonds.
Which all of this is happening in 14 months.
Yeah, I'll also say, because they talk about it a little bit later. Bond's like, he found all these diamonds and he donated half of the money, and I was like, oh, maybe if you donate like all of Elon Musk's net worth, you'd get knighted. Like maybe you can buy your way into it. But it's so random. They're like, "Oh, you're good at fencing? The Queen wants to meet you."
Yeah, it's so weird. It's also like the fact that he built an empire this large in 14 months is just unrealistic. Like, just say it was been 2 years.
Yeah,
I'll buy 2 years. Because also the other thing is that like he falls off the cliff. There has to be like at least a month of fucking fixing your body.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It doesn't even really talk about the recovery stuff.
There's got to be at least 2 months of, like, making the plan. About a month of, like, the fucking fixing of the DNA.
I wonder who found him, because his dad didn't.
Might have been Miranda.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that could work.
Yeah, so the timeline doesn't make any fucking goddamn fucking sense.
Yeah, it's weird.
If they would have said 2 years, I would have said, all right. You got it.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll accept it. I'll accept 2 years, but a year and 2 months, suck my dick. We also meet Miranda Frost, played by Rosamund Pike, Mrs. Gone Girl herself. Mm-hmm. She's great in the movie.
Yeah, she looks way older in that first scene. She looks like, I forget who's in The Devil Wears Prada.
Meryl Streep.
I'm guessing she plays the old lady in that one.
Yeah.
She looks like her. And then, like, you could have told me it was a different character that picked him up in the SUV, and I would have believed you.
Yeah. So the press is talking to Graves, and he's just like,
"How are you so cool?"
He's like, "Because I don't sleep." Because he's like, "I'm playing down to sleep when you're dead." I'm an overactor, and I suck.
Yeah, there's that beginning part with the interview. I was like, "Oh, this is awful," and it's just
he doesn't get better.
Yeah, it's just bad script, back and forth between the reporters and him. I'm like, this is just disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good.
But then the scene ends, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and then Bond goes to meet him at a fencing club, which is okay.
Yeah, how did we get here? And then he meets Madonna, and Madonna's like, want to go meet this superhero guy?
Yeah, he's so good at fencing that people like have to like not have to pay. He only does bets now because you have to, you pay him $1,000 and he'll fucking fight you.
Yeah, $1,000 a poke.
Yeah. And then
that's what I charge.
And she's like, she's the best though. He's like, what, Graves? And she's like, no, my Frost. She's his teacher. Blah blah blah. She won the medal. And he's like, yeah, but it wasn't on a technicality. Mm-hmm. It's like the person who OD'd on steroids, so she deserved it regardless. And it's like fair.
This whole thing's stupid though. Actually.
Yeah, it's the best scene of the movie, and it's dumb.
Yeah, none of this leads to a payoff about her. I guess her final thing's kind of fencing. But not really, because...
But that would have made more sense if she fenced Bond.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But Bond has to kill the main bad guy. Imagine if it was...
Well, because we had to set up the Jinx spin-off film.
That could have been... That actually would have been kind of smart to set up the offshoots that he has to fight Frost, and she ends up fighting the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would be like, Bond didn't kill the bad guy in this movie? What?
Well, then you just position it.
Been fine, because she betrayed him.
Yeah, you position it as a double bad guy. You know, you position it as Renard and King, where Miranda Frost is actually one pulling the strings, and Graves is just a pawn in her fucking scheme.
Imagine.
And then you can have him, like, they're doing the fencing thing. She gets him down, and he stabs her with a pen. And he says the pen was always mightier than the sword. He had a big laugh.
Yeah. What was the one? Oh, you flew too close to the sun. I don't know how they didn't use that in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm actually offended.
Yeah, this movie sucks. They can't even Bond right.
We get a cool sword fight, though.
We do get a cool sword fight, though. But it leads to nothing.
Yeah. It leads to like negative.
Yeah, so Gustav Graves, if you haven't figured it out, is the Korean guy from the beginning, because I've been saying it since the beginning. Because it's very obvious.
Yeah, I will say it took me a couple minutes. I was like, wait, is this just him? And Mike's like, yeah.
Well, I also rewound the movie. I was like, oh, Nick, you talked over this one bit, and it's like he goes, have we met before? And he looks like Bond, like, do you remember me? Do you remember me? Huh? And Bond's like, no, dude, why are you so fucking weird? He's like, oh.
You'd remember me.
Of course you didn't. let's sword fight. And then they do a thing. Like Bond loses $2,000, and then he's like, let's raise the bet for this diamond, blah, blah, blah. I picked it up in Havana. He's doing the Connery thing.
Yeah, I don't mind that part.
Me neither.
I think it's one of the better Spectre defeat scenes.
Yeah. And then they battle throughout the thing. They're breaking shit, and then they keep changing the swords from the fencing swords to using actual swords. And they have this thing, rather than a poke, it's like whoever draws first blood on the chest. Mm-hmm. Neither of them end up drawing first blood on the chest because Bond ends up cutting his belly. So,
that's true. Oh, maybe he says torso.
He said I thought he said chest.
He might have,
but I could be wrong, because this is the Bond movie I've watched maybe the least in my life, other than Octopussy.
Only 43 times.
I think I've seen this movie quite a few times, actually.
Because you watched it the OG time, and then you just watched it with John.
No, I watched it the OG time, and then
and you just watched it with John 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I watched it with my cousins, because like my cousin was also in the Bond. And I was like, this movie sucks though, dude, and he was like, yeah, but like we're kids, so we won't really know. And I'm like, no, but I know.
And you're like, no, it's bad.
Yeah. He had the shittiest taste in movies, dude. I remember he walked out of Attack of the Clones like, that was the best Star Wars movie, and I was like, what is wrong with you? And you're older than me.
Dude, it's Phantom Menace, bro.
Yeah. I was like, fucking Jar Jar was barely in this one. And then I watched it a couple of times in like middle school because one of my friends, this is the only DVD that he had. So when we were bored and there was nothing on TV, we'd watch this.
Yeah. This is one I don't think I would watch if it just popped up on TV.
No. I don't think so.
And I think I would watch Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is definitely worse than Diamonds Are Forever. I have softened my views on Diamonds Are Forever. I still think it's a piece of shit, but
I'm talking them down, everybody.
I think it's still a piece of shit, but I don't think it's the worst piece of shit. Because I have a fond... I think that Diamonds Are Forever is a piece of shit if you watch it directly after watching On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think it's unredeemable and the worst thing ever. But if you watch it just randomly, if it's on TV and it's just on...
Yeah.
It's a fine time, I guess.
I should probably watch it again now, just to... off that, because nothing could have competed.
Yeah, it's also just like I think it's just like there are even though it's a piece of shit, there's things in it that I can smile about. Like I like Mr. Winton, Mr. Kid.
Yeah,
I like the elevator stuff. I like him going in with the fucking lab coat and being like I'm in G section, blah blah blah, and being this annoying. I like that she says blow up your pants.
I still hate that.
I like when he was just like, they're like, who's the stiff in the back? It's my brother. Hey, I got a brother. Small world.
Yeah, that still feels like ad-lib to me. Like,
yeah.
It feels so genuinely rude.
Yeah. I also like, hi, I'm Plenty. Well, of course you are.
Yeah.
Like, there's bits in Diamonds Are Forever that I enjoy, whereas... this and like this only thing I enjoy is really like the fencing scene and then the two dream sequences that we have.
Yeah.
And then
so this myself out of liking the opening, but I still like the torture bit.
Yeah.
So the last 30 seconds.
I do like the torture bit. I can't say like the torture bit because like as soon as he starts getting tortured, fucking I'm gonna make out. And then once that's over, he's there with the beard and then they let him go. Yeah. And I'm like
it's perfect.
You ruined it.
Yeah. They took it away.
Yeah. And then, I mean, this is still better than, in my opinion, Moonraker. And
yeah, I think it is too.
And I think it's better than Octopussy because, I mean, we'll get to that later. We're going to do a big ranking later, and I'll explain all my thoughts there. So Bond wins the fight, and Frost breaks them up, and then Bond gets a key from this dude with dreads, and he's like, "Yeah, I think the place needed to decorate in anyway." I'm like, "That guy's fuck. That guy should have been James Bond."
I like that one-off guy too. The way he was framed made me think he might be somebody special, but I don't know him. So
Bond goes into a underground
it's like part
facility.
Of the bridge.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like a subway station.
It's like an abandoned subway station.
Yeah.
And he meets with M, and M's just like, "I'm a bitch." And Bond's like, "I know." And
I escaped. Yeah.
And he's like, "You have things that I need, information, blah, blah, blah." And they trade information about graves. And he's like, he has a thing in Iceland. And she's like, "Well, Bond, I guess they're back on, you're useful again." He's like, "It's good to be missed, blah, blah, blah." I don't
blah,
fucking.
blah, blah.
He's like, "Now let me get back to doing my job." It's like, you've been doing your job the whole time. I don't, whatever. This is some like, the last few days I couldn't stop thinking about you. Yeah, because you've been with him the last few days. Type shit. And so anyway, we go to him. He's cleaning out his gun, but then he hears a rustling in the background, and he goes in. And he sees Moneypenny's dead, and a bunch of other people are dead, and he starts shooting people, invaders of MI6, and he gets to Collins or whatever Charles gets killed, and Bond, the guy holding M behind, putting the gun, he shoots M in the arm. It's to kill the other guy, and then Q bursts into the thing. He's like, "Good marksmen shouldn't shoot their boss," and he's just like, "Well, she only has a flesh wound." Q, blah blah blah.
And the guy's dead.
And then we have fan service galore, where he gives him a new.
Terrible.
He gives him. We see an alligator from. I think that's the one from Octopussy.
I think it is too. I don't think it's
I think we also see the plane from Octopussy.
I don't remember the plane. I know we see the jetpack from Thunderball.
We see Rosa Club's shoe.
Yep. I liked that one. See, I think I would have liked it if it was just that one. Like, oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
It's the boot.
I think we saw... I know we saw more shit, too. It's like fan service galore. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of everything in there. I don't know. But he gives him a new watch, and he's just like, your 70th, blah, blah, blah. And they also gives him a new car, which is an Aston Martin that's invisible.
Yeah, he says it's the 20th watch because it's the 20th movie. They did it, Mark. They know how many movies there are. They did
the thing. Also, Bond sniffs Rosa Club's shoe for some reason. Also, why does Bond have Rosa Club's shoe?
Well, she died there.
So he took her shoe?
I don't know. Maybe they have the whole corpse there and they're just cleaning her shoes.
Yeah, I guess. He also gives him a ring that destroys bulletproof glass. Mm-hmm. And once again, he gives him an Aston Martin that has invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb.
Is that Little Nelly right there? I think that was.
No, Little Nelly's yellow.
Oh, okay.
And then Q gives him a manual that is, he's like, you can probably get through this in a few hours, and he throws the book and the gun turns, blow it up. He's like, just took a few seconds, Q.
Uh-huh.
But
it was pretty good. I think the car is all right. It's pretty meh.
I don't like it.
I would say it's pretty middle of the road for me compared to the other ones.
Yeah. This movie is... So I feel like it's shit like this that has given the Brosnan era a bad name.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the whole thing where everyone's like, oh, the Joel Schumacher Batman movies are irredeemable. And it's just like, no, Batman Robin's irredeemable. Batman Forever is fucking a fine movie.
Mm.
You know, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty fucking good. And then people are like, no, it's just like Batman Robin. It can't be. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And it's just like, and I feel like people have looked at this and they're like, oh, World's Not Enough and Tommy Are fucking silly movies with invisible cars and fucking stupid fan service and just jokey jokes. And it's just like, bad CGI. And it's just like, no, it's literally only this one.
I could see that.
I
mean, they're a little campy, but this is very campy.
I think all of them are campy, though.
Yeah, I mean, some of them aren't. I think some of them play it more straight.
I think even On Majesty's Secret Service is campy.
I think there's some parts of it that are. Is there like a lot of camp in Dr. No besides the cheap budget?
Kind of.
Like what?
The fact that the
painting, I guess?
The three blind mice.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot
a woman licks a fucking light bulb.
That I think was ad-libbed and she just did that.
No, that was requested.
Really?
By the director. Which is why my boy Terrence Young.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Real one. They're all like campy. That's the charm. They're goofy action movies. Even On Majesty's Service, it has like when she's like writing the 6 on his thing and like, is everything wrong, Mr. Hillary? Just a little stiffness.
Yeah.
It's just like they're all goofy.
I think like one-off liners are pretty okay.
They're all goofy. And that's what makes them exciting. It just depends on how much goof they have. And I think the Brosnan era, the Lazenby era, the Connery era, and the Delton era all had a significantly perfect balance of goof and action and drama, except in this one, and except in Diamonds Are Forever.
I think the worst movies have a lot of it.
Yeah. The Roger Moore movies, yeah.
Yeah.
It's when it's all camp and no action and no drama. It's just camp.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think Bond needs to be Nolanized, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, It doesn't need to be Batman Begins. It doesn't, I don't need that.
I like those movies more.
I like Batman. I love Batman Begins and everything, but I don't think
Casino Royale.
I like Casino Royale, but I think that it should have been like a thing where you have that and then we can move on. It's like, I think, and then you start moving back into the GoldenEye territory where it's like, all right, we're having both. We got both. You know? Because I feel like
I have to think about it. I have to rewatch the ones I really like and identify the campness in them. I'll do a camp meter of all of them.
I mean, Living Daylights has the scene with the fucking one of our favorite scenes is fucking him putting him in the tube, and bish bosh goose goose.
Yeah.
And then and then the fucking
and she like drowns him in cleavage.
Yeah, and then we go to a guy who's got like a bunch of statues of himself as a dictator. Like, come on, the movie's campy. They're all campy.
Yeah. No,
006.
Those are all good examples.
006 is like,
ones I liked.
She tastes like strawberries, doesn't she? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I would. Or the fact that the girl who fucking humps people to death. Come on. My name is Pussy Galore.
Yeah. I mean, the naming stuff is crazy. But I think, like, I don't know if I find, what was her name? Xana Onatop? Yes. Yeah, I mean, the naming for girls is always terrible.
He's going to ram us. Come on, dude.
I usually, like, I audibly sigh at half of the one-liners that they do in these movies. I go, I wish they didn't just say that. Like, Saved by the Bell.
You said that wasn't that bad when you watched it.
Okay.
Nick's a liar. He usually says those are good.
No, some of them I go, wow, that was terrible.
Yeah, you haven't said that since the 70s.
I said that okay. I was going to say, I said that the entire Moore era. I don't remember any in Dalton.
Yeah.
I'll have to think back. I'll just have to watch all of these again after.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the balance of campy and serious and action. I think there's a delicate balance, a delicate formula to make a good Bond movie.
Yeah, I think it's extremely delicate.
Yeah, it's like the Jurassic Park formula. You have a little Dr. Ian Malcolm, not too much Ian Malcolm, but you have to have a little bit. If you have too much, you get Lost World, and then we're fucked up. You don't have any, then we get fucking Jurassic World. You don't want that. You want a little bit. You want just enough for him to seductively walk towards shit and say, that's one big pile of shit. You want to see him on an airplane go, rah, 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 rah. You want to see him play with some water, and then you don't want to see him anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel that.
Outside of that, it's like these franchises have delicate formulas. You want a little Joker. You don't want too much Joker. We don't want too little.
See, maybe I don't understand what campy is. Because I feel like the Joker's not campy.
I wasn't saying the Joker's campy.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, every franchise has a formula.
Oh, okay.
And, you have to have a little bit of something, but not too much of something. It's just like Star Wars. You want the Jedi, not too many Jedi, but also not too little.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like
it works out.
Yeah, everything has a formula, and if you break the formula, it usually results in a backlash and a bad movie. And I think Bond has, because even Casino Royale has campy shit in it.
I have to watch it next week and see.
Like it does.
I'm gonna write down every campy thing in it.
The fact that the dude's bleeding blood.
Why is that campy?
Well, it's
that he
goofy.
Cries blood. I don't think that's goofy. He has a disease, makes him cry blood.
Or when she's like, it's right on the money, every penny of it.
I don't even remember that. Maybe the ball torture when he's like screaming that he loves it and stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's campy.
My balls.
I think that's like
maybe I'll find some camp.
Yeah,
I know Skyfall has a lot.
Well, yeah, Skyfall
has a lot.
I have to. The only thing I can picture is the car. But like when I think of camp, I think of a car going whoop, whoop, as it flies through the air.
Well, that's the extreme amount of camp.
I go, oh my god, I fucking hate this.
That's an extreme
much.
Camp. I think campy. People look at campy, the word campy, and they look at it as like Batman 66, where Batman's fucking dancing.
Yeah, I think.
But like Tim Burton's Batman movie is pretty fucking campy at times. You know,
I feel like slight funny moments are different than campy. Is I think where I'm like detached from this, because I'm like, I fucking hate campy. Like I hate Sergeant Pepper or whatever the guy's name is. Like that shit is like
it's Sheriff J.W. Pepper.
Put some respect on that name. It's like stuff like that is what I go, oh, this is just campy.
But I like that shit.
And I don't know why I don't think like Pussy Galore is campy. I'm like, I don't like that either.
But you do like it.
And that's the thing. I'm like, I like it, but I wish it wasn't in the movie.
I don't know. I think campy works if it works within the story that they're telling or within the what's happening in the film.
Yeah.
And I think if it feels natural, then it's fine. Like Sheriff J.W. Pepper felt natural for Living Let Die, and it felt very natural for Man with the Golden Gun.
It's like it's my second least favorite part of Live and Let Die, behind Roger Moore.
I think you're crazy. He's great in that movie.
I think he's
doo-doo. I can see why you would hate him in Man with the Golden Gun. That's fine. But Live and Let Die, he is fantastic. I think Pussy Galore works within the context. The guy fucking going around painting people gold, and he's got a fucking Asian henchman who throws a hat and cuts heads off of people.
Yeah, see, that's like I think that Odd Job is the perfect amount of campy. I'm like, ha, or like Jaws. I'm like, ha.
Yeah,
he has giant sharp teeth.
That
works.
I think the Brosnans had like that perfect balance.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand myself more. Because I like those henchmen.
All right, back to the movie. So Miranda Frost talks to... Okay, you want to keep going?
Maybe I don't like when Bond does it, is the thing. Maybe I need to investigate this thought more in my head.
Yeah, all right, so that's fair. It's like,
maybe I
it's
want
like how
him
people,
to be serious.
It's like how people will accept Jack Nicholson's Joker, because Michael Keaton's so dark. It's, but when it's Adam West being goofy... and Joker's being goofy,
then it's too much.
It's too much for some people.
I'm gonna go back and think on that, because maybe that might be what it is. Because I have no problem with Jaws and Odd Job. I think that's fine.
Yeah, you have no problem with fucking Tee-hee.
Yo, hey, that's just the guy's name.
Fucking Whispers. Yeah. What does he do? Fucking Whispers.
I think Whispers is a good example.
Got fucking Knick-Knack.
I mean, those could just be nicknames. That's not that
but
crazy.
The fact that you have his little midget fucking henchman. There's nothing campy about that. It's a serious film.
I don't like that one. The only reason it's anywhere above it, I was gonna say anywhere above the bottom 5, but it's in the bottom 5.
Is it?
Well, after today, no, but
no, it was. Not.
It was Man with the Golden Gun, Octopussy. You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, Moonraker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's probably in your bottom 5 right now, too, besides this.
Maybe.
Yeah. And it's like that, and I also, that movie's dumb.
Nick, also, another thing is that you love Never Say Never Again, which has the fucking thing where it's like that scene that you like a lot where she's just like, I want you to write down that I was the best lay that you've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, Nick, you like the campy shit when it's the villains.
I don't know if
because villains are naturally campy. That's why we love villains.
Yeah, that might be fun. But I don't like when it's a crazy dumb plot. Like this one is dumb. I still don't understand. Well, I guess
it's Star Wars.
Did he really have to build the Death Star just to get rid of some mines to drive jeeps into South Korea?
Yeah, it's literally they literally did the Death
Star.
This is
so dumb. I think Man with the Golden Gun, if he was just a hitman, perfect.
Yeah.
But they're like, I want a giant solar beam thing.
Yeah.
Like, just let him be a hitman.
All right, 9 times out of 10, the Bond fucking plots like ass.
Okay, but then I go, yeah, dude, On Her Majesty's Secret Service is sick. And it's like he brainwashed a ton of girls to make sleeper agents.
Yeah.
Like,
and
this is also dumb.
Yeah, I've cured them of having large allergies to chickens and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's silly. And Bond's wearing a kilt. And he uses
That's a disguise.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it's like the
Do
writing.
You hate Scottish people?
No, it's the fact that they're writing shit on his leg with lipstick.
Yeah.
Like, it's a silly movie. Like, these are silly, goofy action films. Like, that's what's so good about them. That's why
writing a secret room number on his thigh with lipstick is probably some of the best espionage in these movies.
Outside of Dr. No. Because Dr. No has the best espionage. I don't know. Like, they're like, he gets a fucking giant lock thing. and he sits there reading Playboy.
Yeah.
Like they're goofy. That's why they're fun.
I think that's fun too. I mean, I hated that gadget, but I think him sitting there reading Playboy is pretty. Like, I think that's funny, and like I like that.
But that's like, what the thing is, Nick, they're goofy movies. Like that's why, like
it's not a goofy movie, bro.
It is a goofy.
That's
movie.
a Disney movie.
All the Bond movies, like, are goofy. Like all of them. The only time is when they go too goofy. I think like you had it on the head. As long as Bond's not goofy, it's fine.
Yeah,
because Bond isn't the goofy one. Everything around him is goofy, and he's hot. He's a man. You know, he's a man's man kicking ass. That's the thing. And everyone around him is a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other examples.
Yeah, one of your favorite fucking Bond girls' name is Solitaire. What'd she do?
She reads cards?
Yeah.
I don't think that's fucking crazy. I think that's like appropriate.
I think it's silly.
I don't think. I'm trying to think of another example. The only person who's coming to mind is like Domino, and she didn't play like dominoes or anything. That was just her name. At least her name wasn't like Tara.
I don't know, man.
This is our friend Card.
It's like from the beginning, like, everything it's goofy. Like the fucking first villains that do it metal hands. Guy's named Goldfinger. You know what he does? He likes gold.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Like,
I think that's just good.
Outside of From Russia with Love, they're goofy fucking movies.
Maybe I'm gonna recut all the movies and cut out the campy
all the good
bits
stuff.
And
Yeah.
see what happens. Oh my god, we've diverted so far from this shitty movie. I don't want to go back. I just want to keep talking about other movies.
All right, so we're going to. I'm gonna wrap this up very quickly. I'm gonna fucking lightning round this. Ready? So Miranda Frost talks to M. She's like, "Don't sleep with Bond." She's like, "I'm not gonna sleep with Bond." Bond goes to fucking Iceland. She sleeps with Bond.
Yeah.
We then have a thing where Bond. We also get introduced to the Dream Machine, and we have the reuniting of Gustav Graves and Zhao, and they start speaking Korea. So if you didn't know that he was already fucking Gustav Graves from the beginning, then he's Gustav Graves now
In his like Sith Lord costume.
Yeah. Jinx is there as well. There's tension. I don't know. After Bond sleeps with Frost, who fucking knows? Bunch of stupid shit happens.
Lots of stupid shit.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. We get introduced to the Icarus, which is a giant fucking thing that will take
the power of the sun and redirect it to grow crops or something.
Yep, but it's actually a Death Star. Then we have a big Miranda. Somehow Jinx gets captured. I don't fucking know. They do the Goldfinger thing to her, and she makes a "your mama" joke.
Oh, the Yo Mama joke was
I'd
so
rather die
bad.
than talk more about that.
Yeah, she's strapped to a chair and lasers get shot at her, and it,
Yeah, Bond saves her, and they fight with a bunch of lasers shooting all over the place.
Yeah,
it looks like shit.
Terrible.
Then Bond and Miranda Frost go to find Gustav Graves, and then Gustav Graves says that, Miranda Frost, the only other MI6 agent that we've shown, is betrayed you, because we set up the fact that this other MI6 agent betrayed you in the beginning of the film.
Got him. There's a
should have been fucking Jack Wade.
Yeah, it should have been 006.
Should have been Jack Wade.
I don't even remember who. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. Hey, Jimbo.
Dude, oh my god. Bring back Jack Wade for betrayal.
Yeah.
Would
have been perfect.
Should have been Pepper.
Hell yeah. You know what? Yep, that's where I was trying to get by while I was giving you a pepper because I couldn't figure out where to place him. There he is.
You ever wonder why I'm always where you're going, Bond? I'm always watching.
I'm a sleeper agent. A sleeper agent doesn't sleep. Miranda Frost actually is Agent Pepper.
He takes off the mask.
Like she got like the DNA search, like Pepper got the DNA surgery and became Miranda Frost, and then Bond fucks fucking Jared Pepper, and my fan fiction is fully fucking circled.
It's perfect.
Holy shit!
I'm glad that all came full circle.
They throw Jinx into a thing where she's going to drown. They're going to burn.
They lock her in a room in the palace, and they melt the palace around her.
Okay. Bond gets away. He kills Zhao with his invisible car.
Yeah, they have a really weird car chase.
After he surfed, he windsurfed. After getting the Death Star was shot at him, but he didn't die.
Yeah,
because
it
he
was
outran
very
it.
slow.
And his Klaus, and then Gustav Graves' Klaus Kinski fucking looking ass fucking sidekick is like, he beat your time, boss. Who gives a shit?
That's stupid. That's bad camp.
It is bad camp. Camp is a delicate little thing.
Yeah.
You need to do it correctly or it sucks.
You go, why'd you just interrupt this scene to make a non-joke?
Yeah. Just like, why did you interrupt my fucking recap by bringing up camp again? I'm kidding.
I just want to make sure it's not too fast.
Dude, we got to do the ranking at the end.
That was literally like 4 minutes for, you think 45 minutes?
Yeah.
It's been good. You're making good time.
Yeah.
Boss, he's going faster than you.
After that,
plane?
Gustav Graves has his daddy go on board, and his daddy is like, well, no, Bond kills Zhao. He breaks the ice, and he goes through the thing, and then and then he swims up, and then he drops a fucking chandelier on her.
Yeah. And blood shoots out.
Blood shoots out, which is unrealistic.
Yep, that's the big problem.
Yeah.
I thought it looked all right.
And then,
it was dumb.
Yeah, they regroup at the U.S. command bunker in South Korea, and the NSA and the MI6 are working together to stop the Death Star. And
they shoot a missile at it.
Yep, and I don't think it
missile
does anything.
gets melted.
Yep.
And then he goes, "Okay, start. Let's. This is going to be war," because they didn't know it was going to be actually weaponized yet.
Yeah.
Even though it shot a giant laser after James Bond, and everybody probably would have seen that.
Mm-hmm. And Bond saw it, and he probably should have told them that information.
Nah, it's a surprise.
While this is happening, Jinx and Bond take it up among themselves to go take down Gustav Graves. While this is happening, Gustav Graves is talking to his daddy, and his dad's like, "What? You're a crazy person, blah blah blah."
I'm your son.
Yeah, their arc doesn't work.
It's terrible.
Doesn't work at all.
Yeah. You don't feel it at all. And then we get a terrible death scene for the general. I don't know what kind of like camera trickery they were trying to do. It's like played backwards and sped up or something. Mm-hmm. It looked. Do you have any idea what happened there?
Digital speed up.
It looked awful.
But he probably also cut out a few frames.
Yeah, maybe he. I don't know. I don't even know why you would ever have to do what they did.
This is the worst directed Bond movie since probably A View to a Kill.
It's the worst lit movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if they did the lighting poorly in every scene so you couldn't actually tell when the green screen was going on or what was going on, but it was something.
Yeah. There's moments where you can see that Brosnan's like done.
Yeah.
You can see that he's just like, this sucks.
Yeah, I think, and as you get later in the movie, too, it kind of feels like that. I wonder what the shooting order was.
Yeah, because he clearly did not get along with his director.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly like, oh, I cannot wait. I know they want me for another one, but I am out.
This is going to be the sweetest paycheck. I earned this one.
Yeah, then they fight on the plane, Gustav and Bond and Jinx and Frost. Frost is sword fighting with Jinx, and Bond and him are fighting, and they have a statue of Gustav's like Korean face, and there's a couple scenes where Bond's pressing it against it, like, haha, we get it.
Yeah, I don't get why that statue would be in that plane, but whatever.
Who cares?
He was like, I want Bond to push his face on it.
Yeah,
put it there.
Yeah. Jinx stabs the book Art of War. And then
right into Frost's.
Well, no, she stabs the book first, and it gets thrown to the
right.
ground. And then Miranda says something like, "I can read your every mood." And then she stabs Miranda Frost with the book and says, "Read this, bitch."
Read this, bitch. They were gonna give her a series.
Yeah, we missed out on the Great Jinx trilogy.
It would have been terrible.
Yeah.
So now the plane has flown through Icarus's stream and is falling apart, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna die."
Yep, and it breaks off some of the plane, and Bond
like the engines and stuff.
Takes the parachute that Graves has after Graves has thrown out the second parachute, and the parachute goes off, and he goes into the wing.
Yeah, he goes straight into the propeller
and dies. And then how do they turn off? They just turn off the Icarus from there, right?
Wait, dude, how do they get rid of the Icarus?
Oh, fucking who?
Well, he dies with the control, but is it just floating in space now?
I don't know.
I don't remember if they blow it up or not. Yeah, I think they just leave it floating up there because he died. He has the suit on that like controls it. It's like, I don't know, an Iron Man type thing, I guess. And they, to escape, they drop a helicopter out of the back of the plane. The helicopter happens to be full of diamonds, and why can't I remember her name? Why do I think her name's
Jinx?
Kink? Yeah, Jinx. Jinx is like, at least we die.
Kink.
Yeah.
I was born on Friday the 13th.
At least we die rich because the back's just full of diamonds for no reason.
And then I think that must have been an ad lib because Brosnan's like, what?
Yeah, he's literally like, I'm trying to fly the helicopter right now. Please stop talking.
Yeah. There's also a scene where to get to the helicopter, fucking Bond. Well, she's like, I guess we're going down together. And Bond's like, not yet. And then they go down the stairs, and Bond slides, and looks like a fucking toddler.
Yeah, he flies down a flight of stairs just holding on the guardrail.
Yeah,
it looks like when you're a kid and you're like, I bet I could skip 6 steps.
Yeah,
and you just kind of jump down. But he does it with the whole case.
Yeah. They do the helicopter. They land, and he's like, what did you say about us going down together? Ha ha ha. Then we go back to MI6, and we go to Moneypenny. We have our Moneypenny scene of the night, where Moneypenny's sitting at her desk, writing that the case is closed, and that Miranda Frost is a cheating bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bond and her start making out. They begin to have sex. They push over a printer, which is, as Nick points out while we're watching it, quite expensive for the time. And
wasted taxpayer money. It wasn't even plugged in. Why'd she have it?
Yeah. And then we find out, oh no, it's all a dream. It was funny. It was funny because Nick was like, "This sucks. This is like, this movie did not earn this moment."
Yeah, I was like, this was if this happened in the first movie with them together, I was like, I feel tension here. This one, I was like, why is this happening now?
Rolls on enough is when to do it.
Yeah. It's when to end the series too.
Yeah. And Nick's like, I hate this. And then it's a dream sequence. And he's like, I like this. Never mind. This is fine.
Like, that's not the worst. They established that there's this thing.
Yeah. And
doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Q was like, oh, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I was just testing out. He's like, oh, yeah, hard, wasn't it? And she's like, oh, it was hard. And he's just like, oh, gross.
Did you run my sex sim that I set up for me?
For me and Bond?
Yeah, that's for me, not for you.
My sex sim that I
someone programmed it.
For me and Bond.
Yeah. Q was like, hey.
It's just like, as his cues, it's like he's just sitting there and his Bond's like, hey, I brought your car back.
Yeah. Oh, you treat me so well, Bond.
They start making out.
Here's the watch, too.
While that's happening, then we hear Jinx say, don't take it out. Please leave it in. He's just like, it has to come out sometime. But it's actually the diamonds in her belly button.
Stupid.
And then we're told, and then she's like, why did we say, well, I guess we're still the good guys. And she said, there's nothing good about you, especially when you're bad. And I was just like, get the fuck out of here. And the credits roll. And it's not even like a credits roll, like the, they just start rolling.
They just start. It's terrible. This movie's so bad.
And that's Die Another Day. It fucking sucks ass.
Ugh, it was so bad.
You know, and it's so sad because Brosnan had a consistently like great 3, and then he just
great. He had good movies.
World's Not Enough is a great movie.
World's Not Enough is
Digger's 6th favorite Bond movie.
It's literally 9.
World's Not Enough?
World's Not Enough is 9.
Isn't that Tomorrow Never Dies?
Yeah, you're right. I don't have my glasses on, so.
Yeah. World's Not Enough is a great movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I love Tomorrow Never Dies.
It's not top 5 worthy, but.
Yeah, but there's only
is.
one. It was like a Scottish guy who dominates the top 5, Nick.
Dude, he's not even in the first 2 spots. I don't want to hear it. And he's not going to be in the top 3 spots. Because Casino's going up there. I think for sure it's going to be Dr. No.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. Because I'm going to rewatch Dr. No for this week leading up to Casino. So we'll see, but I think it's going to beat it. Because Metal Hands is dumb.
I think he's had great movies.
He has great movies.
I think that before this movie, he had a consistent, for me, like at least 4.5 stars out of for me.
I'd give him like 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think. All right, whatever. Let's talk. Let's start with the rankings. Let's go.
Yeah, but now he's gonna have like a 3.
Yeah.
This is a 1.
Oh
this
wait,
is shit.
Do
we have
let's
to?
Let's do it.
Opening
Pre-title
scene.
sequence, 1 star.
I'm giving it 2.
Song 0.
We have to give it a half.
Half. Bond 3.5.
Yeah, he does kind of seem to be phoning it in at one point. Or a couple points throughout.
Yeah, but his action is still very good, and he still has this swagger about him that's quite good.
Yeah, and even though he looks a little older, it's not punishable by death yet.
Bond girl. I don't care if I'm doing this out of order. Bond girl.
You're spot on so far.
Bond girl.
You start fucking up soon though. Usually.
Bond girl is Jinx, right? So I'm gonna give that a 1.
Yeah,
she's not Kisisuke, but she's in that tier.
I will. Yeah, she's lower than halfway.
Villain or henchman?
Felix, but
Felix. We don't have one.
Yeah, actually, should we count her as the Felix? She is a.
I mean, we have
American
Chang,
agent.
I guess, or Chang, or whatever the fuck his name
But I
was.
mean, she's literally an American agent. That's
Michael Madsen gets a
you're
fucking
right.
1 star from me.
Is that Chang?
No, Chang also gets a 1 star from me.
Yeah, I thought Chang was. I'll give him 2.
MI6. MI6.
She was good.
Q. I'm gonna give a 3.5.
That's
Money
reasonable.
Penny. I'll give her a 4.5 because I like her thing.
I'm only because of the last scene. I really liked her corpse. I was like, the last time she shows up in these movies, she's just a dead body.
Yeah. 2 stars.
Yeah.
Everything. None of her character shit made sense in this movie, so I didn't like it.
It also I don't know, feels like nothing from the last movie had actually happened. So
yeah,
World's Not Enough is so good.
It is.
Yeah.
And then Villain.
Yep.
Villain, Gustav Graves, 0.5 star. He is on the Charles Gray Blofeld side.
Yeah, he's on that side. I'd give him like 1.5. There were parts that I like. I like the in the fencing scene. I was like, oh, I kind of like this villain. Like, I'm like, okay, you're an annoying, like, I'm the best type of guy. I was like, I can get behind that. And then I was like, wait, are you? Never mind. I don't like you.
Yeah.
Are you just a face transfer of the original guy?
Mm-hmm.
Henchman.
Zhao, I'm giving 2 stars.
Diamond face. I'll give him 2 diamond encrusted scars.
And Miranda Frost, I'm going to give 3.5.
I liked Frost a lot. I'll probably give her 4.
Then Gadgets.
Story.
Oh, story.
Terrible. Yeah. I'll give it a 1.
Making fucking Moonraker look like Shakespeare.
Oh, cinematography.
That's 0.
I also give it an inhale laugh. This is awful.
Holy shit. Fucking Gadgets. I'm going to give that 0 as well.
Gadgets, I like the watch. And I like the ring. I like the ring. The ring, I would give 5 stars.
Okay.
I would give the watch like 4.
I'm giving it 1 star each Gadget.
But you loved the car.
I hated it.
Yeah.
The car, I hate it. So I'm giving that 1 star.
I think the car could have been sick, but they used it in a car chase against the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it just made it seem not cool.
Yeah.
Might as well have just had 2 go-karts going at each other.
And that's all we have to do for that shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So we watched 21 Bond movies so far, and it's been quite a ride. And it's like I said, the end of the original series, and we're gonna rank what we've seen so far before we enter the reboot era. Mm-hmm. So let's start with number 21. Nick, what do you got?
Moonraker.
I also have Moonraker.
Yeah, that's obviously why. I think we agree on our next one also, which would be this one.
Oh,
really?
Oh, Moonraker is 100% the worst Bond movie. It has no redeeming qualities other than the pigeon taking a triple take.
That's not redeeming. That's why it.
And I also the other thing is I do like. There's actually a couple things about Moonraker I do like. I'll give it this. I I like the moment where Bond goes back to the fucking place where where like the guys die, the scientists die, and he goes. They walk in there. It's a completely different room, and Drax is like, "What are you guys doing here?"
Yeah.
And Bond's like, and they're wearing gas masks, and he's just like, "Oh, what the fuck." And I like the name Holly Goodhead. I think it's a good Bondian name.
Yeah. For Bondian names, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And other than that, they ruined Jaws. Don't like that.
Oh my God, it was so bad. And it starts so well because in whatever when he shows up, it was a Spy?
Yeah.
In Spy, when he shows up, he's wearing this goofy ass suit. And I'm like, damn, you look so stupid in that. I'm like, please just wear the suspenders.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does it. I'm like, yes. And then in Moonraker, he's wearing them. I'm like, oh, they fixed the thing I didn't like.
Yeah.
Only to ruin it.
Yeah. Other than that, fuck that movie. I don't like it.
Yep.
My number 20, what is this for you?
Mine is this movie. This was awful.
I can see your argument, but I am going to raise you...
Die Another Day, just in case anybody forgot.
Yeah. I'm going to put Octopussy.
Wow.
Because...
We're so different.
The thing for me is that Octopussy, while it's just so mundane and nothing sticks with me. Like, I love Khan, but that's it. I hated Octopussy.
Yeah, Octopussy's terrible.
I hated Roger Moore. I hated the action in it. I thought the story was really shitty. It literally had no redeeming quality for me other than the villain. And even then, the villain is like, I can't remember what his plan was.
Yeah, I remember nothing about it, so I just have to believe the position it's in. Which it's coming up. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm putting that at the bottom because even though my opinions have softened on Octopussy over the years, I still think it's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'll probably actually have to edit my Letterboxd because I'm about to do a little switcheroo. So what's your 19? You can go first.
Die Another Day.
Okay, so
I fucking hate this movie.
Okay, yeah. For the past hour and a half of what we've talked about, besides all the good parts where we talked about other movies.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the sword fight scene is good, even though it doesn't make any sense. I think the dream sequence is good, even though it was a dream sequence. I think it would have had more weight if it was real.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about it.
Mine is so before it was Diamonds, but I'm switching it to be Octopussy. Because I went, holy shit, I remember so much about Diamonds Are Forever, and I remember literally nothing about Octopussy. I was like, I think I might have liked Diamonds more.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta give it some credit at least.
Yeah, Octopussy sucks, man.
And then, can you say yours and just give me 1 second?
What, am I number 18?
Yeah, because I have to edit mine or I'm going to lose track of the numbers.
So 18 is going to be very different, I think, for me and you. Mine is A View to a Kill.
Okay, mine is definitely not that. Mine would be You Only Live Twice.
This is where we're going to have an argument.
My View to a Kill is way high. Well, mine's nostalgia. Okay, so I can... You know how Mark throughout this entire thing has been like, it's probably nostalgia. And he's got a couple that are nostalgia has boosted its level. A View to a Kill is my boosted one.
What one has boosted for me? Tomorrow Never Dies, which is a fucking banger of a movie?
I don't know. There's some of them I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I guess Tomorrow Never Dies would be the... Because
That's a banger. That's a great movie. You liked that movie.
It was all right. It
has the car chase with the fucking the automatic car.
Barely over halfway. That's the good part.
Yeah, it has a
I
fucking...
hate the villain. I hate every scene he's in with the screens. We'll get there, Mark. Oh my god, I'm messing up my list because this app is bueno.
So A View to a Kill, I put as 18 because while I love Christopher Walken, I love Grace Jones as Mayday. that was one that I remember me and Nick spending a lot of time rewriting the entire movie while we were talking about it because it was so easily fixable.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, and also it has one of the worst Bond girls because, we had that whole sequence with Bond in the burning elevator. James, don't leave me,
God,
James!
that was so bad.
James! Wow, what a view to a kill.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones where I was like, why?
Yeah. The only things I like about that is walk-in Grace Jones and the fact that Bond his name is St. John Smyers in it and his little fucking jockey boy with him. Yeah. Move my bags. What is wrong with you?
I loved that relationship. That was one of my favorite Felix Bond relationships for a not Felix.
Yeah.
Okay, I have fixed mine, by the way.
Okay. So 18 View to a Kill for me.
Mine is You Only Live Twice.
You're crazy.
I like the first act, and I can just end it there. Everything where they go to, I forget which Asian country they go to.
They go to China.
I hate all of it.
No, they're in Japan. They're in Japan. That's a Japanese one.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking of Tomorrow Never Dies. You Only Live Twice. See, here's the thing. You Only Live Twice, I think, is not great, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's in the bottom for me. I think that it's a pretty. I like it. I think the first act is fantastic. I think yes, once Sean Connery does Japanese face, it's pretty shit. But once they get into the volcano, once they get in that volcano, it's great. But it's got Aki. Aki's great.
Yeah, Aki's pretty good. I like the final scene for the set.
Yeah,
and the people rappelling in.
Yeah, I also liked.
I think they're the grand third act big fight of a henchman army versus a quote unquote good guy army. It's not up there. I
also really like the scene when Bond is talking to Charles Gray with the guy with the prosthetic leg, Mr. Henderson, and he's just he grabs a cane, he hits him with the thing. He's just like,
yeah, it's so good for the 4 seconds he's there.
That's a great scene.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
And then his death is really good.
Yeah.
I think You Only Live Twice is like a not as good version of Spy Who Loved Me, but I think Sean's presence in that movie really elevates the film for me. I think there's a lot of stupid shit in it. I don't like the Lil Nelly stuff. I don't like Donald Pleasance as fucking Goldfinger is fine. I think.
What's your lowest Sean movie?
I think
Number
it's
one.
Diamonds.
Oh, okay. That's how I was like, I think he might just be a Connery simp. He cannot be the bottom tier. He must be at least a middle.
No, we're about to hit some Connerys.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're both about to agree.
So yeah, I think Voodoo Kill is just like, because I think the other thing, once again, is I think You Only Live Twice is a more memorable movie, whereas A View to a Kill is not.
Yeah, see, I think this is where I think nostalgia plays in for me, because I've been haunted by the third act of View to Kill for so long.
Yeah.
And like him being what I think becoming a like generally like terrible person, like killing, just like mindlessly shooting the henchman and stuff while he's leaving. Like they do it again a couple times after that, but I'm like, oh yeah, I hate you. This is great.
That's a great scene, and like all the stuff with Walken is fantastic for the most part, other than when she's like, what a view.
To kill. And
the song is banging.
The song's a good one.
Yeah, and I also just like the Mr. Bonds. Yeah, oh, you're looking to buy a horse. Well, we can arrange it.
He's great.
Yeah.
And that's why it's higher on my list than yours.
Okay, well, let's go. Number 17.
Diamonds are forever.
Diamonds are fucking forever.
I knew we agreed on that.
Hey, Nick, what's our favorite scene in Diamonds Are Forever?
The elevator scene that we bring up every episode.
Yeah. Do you speak English? I know English. Phenomenal.
What floor is you?
What floor is you? Fantastic, dude.
So good. And then the fight's good, too.
Yeah.
Did you just kill James Bond?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
blow
be good
up
at
your
this
pants.
Blow up your pants is so dumb. You're not my mom.
If God would have wanted us to fly, he would have given us wings, Mr. Kid.
It's like we said earlier, they're not my favorite henchmen, but I do think they're
memorable.
Yeah, they're certainly memorable.
Yeah. I think that the thing about Diamonds Are Forever is I think that while it's a bad movie, it's a fun bad movie.
Yeah.
It's
that one, yeah, for sure.
It's one that you can throw on and kind of just have a good time with.
Yeah.
And
I'm with that.
I think
almost all of them are like that. Like I can just put it on. For now that we're out of the terrible era for me.
Oh, from here on out, you mean?
Yeah, for everything, everything above this, even include, like you said, like with this, it's like, yeah, this would be on, and I wouldn't turn it off.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like when that Thanksgiving marathon comes around, I'd be like, oh, hey, I remember there's a good scene coming up.
Yeah,
and then
like, I know English.
And then I turn around and talk to my family again.
I mean, yeah, I think that Diamonds Are Forever, while it's not as dog shit as we had initially
doesn't
frothed.
Hurt to watch.
like I said earlier, I think Diamonds Are Forever's problem is that it comes right after one of the greatest action films ever made.
Yeah. And that just makes it comically bad.
Exactly.
You're like, oh my god, they thought this compared to that?
Yeah.
They didn't think this was a step backwards?
Yeah, when it is a huge step backwards.
Oh, yeah.
And I
feel bad for Connery.
And I will stand by, I think that he is still the worst villain of the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
All right, now number 16.
You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
I think is it Man with the Golden Gun for both of us? Mine is Man with the Golden Gun.
Why?
I think it's too campy. I also think the villain's plot, and I think I mentioned it earlier this episode too, I wish it was just he's the best hitman, and it just plays on that instead of him needing to have some weird world-ending idea also. It's like, oh, great.
So
and Roger Moore.
I have almost the same exact review for you for my number 16.
What is it?
Never Say Never Again.
Okay, yeah. I could see that.
We're
not far different on that.
I like aspects of it.
Yeah.
But I think as a whole the movie's kind of shit.
Don't remember a lot of it, honestly.
Yeah. I think everything, like the first act, great stuff. The fight in the home, phenomenal.
Oh, the first scene's so good.
The motorcycle chase scene, phenomenal.
Yeah, the M relationship,
phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Q, great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh,
but
man.
Everything with Domino in that movie.
Yeah, it sucks because they're trying to retell a story that was already told amazingly.
Yeah. And also Largo is absolute shit tier in that movie. The relationship they try to do with Largo is bad. Yeah.
With Domino. Like none of it makes any emotional sense.
Yeah, and it also has that scene with the horse. When the horse flies off the building.
Oh, yeah. That sweet, sweet rear projection.
Yeah, and they take the greatest Bond scene ever, and then they have him tangoing while doing it instead.
Yeah. That line delivery is so bad too.
And they also have that stupid shit where
and it's less believable romance.
Bond blows up a fucking girl with a pen, which I know Nick likes, but
I like that scene. I hate that Felix is just standing there and he's like, I could have saved you, but I wanted you to die.
Yeah. It also has like that stupid scene where Largo and Bond are playing arcade games together.
Oh my god. Dude, I might have to switch this. I completely forgot about the arcade. Dude, that arcade scene, I'm still cringing thinking back to it.
Have you forgotten about his Bond name, James Bond delivery in that where he's like, my name is Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah. I think I'm going to keep it where it is, actually.
Okay.
Because I think the relationships with the M people like really carries it for me.
Okay.
Like, damn, and it's not Eon, so whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
and you know what? I've also
still
been catching myself recently being going, never say never
song.
Again. Never.
It's definitely not the worst one.
All right, number 15.
So this is where A View to a Kill falls for me.
Okay, so where You Only Live Twice falls for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I enjoy Donald Pleasance to a point. I don't think he's. I think Donald Pleasance would have been fantastic if I didn't know Telly Savalas would come after. And I think that I like a lot of the action in the film. I love Sean in that movie. I like the henchman. I like everything outside of the Little Nelly and him doing Yellowface.
Oh, the Little Nelly! I forgot it was in that one.
Yeah,
it's where it belongs on my list.
I think it's fun.
I hate, dude. From the reveal of the Little Nelly to all of the fighting. In the fighting, I know it's not like their fault, but the stop motion, the
planes stop
miniatures,
in place.
Yeah, because they like couldn't blow up the miniatures while they were in motion, so it's just like freeze framed on it. I hate it.
I have fun watching You Only Live Twice. That's my thing.
Yeah, I think it's right below that line where I would decide to turn it off, but I'd have to. Maybe I'll watch it again at some point.
Yeah.
Now that I know how low it is to see, there was.
I also like the scene of Moneypenny in that when she's like, "What's the secret password?" She's like, "It's something you won't forget. I love you. Now say it back." No, I think I got it. And he leaves, and then like he's at like the sumo wrestling thing. He just looks over his ring and goes, "I love you."
Yeah, that's pretty good. The sumo set is cool too. Yeah, that was a nice little set piece to have in the background.
It also has that great one when he knocks the guy out and he puts the guy's mask on and he's like, oh, and he goes in the guy's fucking car, and then he kicks his ass after. It has like fun Sean stuff.
I don't remember that at all. I'll have to think about it more. But no, it's where it belongs. Okay. And A View to a Kill. It's same things Mark said. I think it just gets those nostalgia points for me. The Act 3 of that. I wish Mayday was more like. I already forgot her name.
Grace Jones.
No. The
in On Top.
Yeah, On Top. I wish she was more like her. I think that would have made her character better. I wish Felix would look in the fucking back seat and just get rid of all those stupid plot points of. For some reason, somebody just lays down in the backseat and the driver has to die now.
Yeah.
I think they could have been more creative with the ways they died.
So now we're at number 14.
Which this is where Never Say Never Again falls for me. Like I said, I really like the relationship that not just M, but all of MI6 has with Bond, as he's now seen as an old man, as he is an old man, because this is 68.
What? How old is he?
No. The year.
83.
83. How old was he?
He was 53.
All right. That's not too bad.
So he was the age that Roger Moore was when he did Moonraker.
Yeah. He did a lot better.
Sheesh. He also looked a lot better.
He looked way better. I mean, he looks old, but it's...
But like
it's not... Yeah, he's not played like a young guy. He's played like an older guy.
But he's also an older dude in shape.
That's also true.
like those weird dudes you'll see like playing golf or some shit. Like you're driving by a golf course and you see like those like really weirdly jacked like old dudes.
Yeah,
that's what Sean Connery looks like in fucking Never Say Never Again. Like it's kind of gross.
Yeah,
but it's like I can still see why he's on the field.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
Roger Moore, it's just like
Sure. What's yours?
For 14, The Man with the Golden Gun.
Okay.
I have softened on this movie so much over the years. This used to be like...
You said it was going to be the worst when we were going into it. I was like, I kind of remember liking this one.
When I was a kid, this and Octopussy were like neck and neck.
Wow.
I like it now, kind of. This is where like Never Say Never Again is like the last one of like it's all right, I guess. You Only Live Twice is where I was like, from that point forward, I like them. Man with the Golden Gun, I really like Christopher Lee. I kind of like Knick Knack. I think Maud Adams' character is okay. I like that, Rogers still has like that Connery stuff that they're trying to throw at him where he's like doing Connery-esque things, like where he has the gun on the guy's like dick. And he's like pointing it at him. I like that he's like trying something. They're trying still.
I like
And it's got my fucking boy Sheriff G.W. Pepper.
Yeah.
You're that British secret agent, that English secret agent from England.
Yeah. He remembers. Smart guy.
Yeah. I like it. And it also has that part where fucking he's like, "You're a very handsome man, $50." And he's like, "I'll give you $5,000 if you make this fucking boat go any faster."
It turns on and then he kicks him out of the boat.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah, and then like I love like the Sheriff J.W. Pepper thing when you see like the guys in the karate uniform like fall into the water, and he's like, "If you didn't roll around in your pajamas, you wouldn't be late to work."
Yeah.
Fuck you, he's great.
Terrible.
Number 13.
Mine is For Your Eyes Only.
Same.
Hey, look at us.
It's the most average Bond movie ever made.
Yeah, falls right in the middle.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I won't turn it off, but I'm probably not going to look after it.
I love the guy with pistachios.
That is pretty great.
We love us some BB.
Yeah, I love the strong word. I really like the BB stuff. I think it's acted well to be an annoying character. And I think the fact that he's like, no, we cannot do this.
I also
You're
like
a toddler.
I like that's a revenge plot.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Bond kicks the car off the mountain.
Yeah, I hate that was such a bad thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I loved that.
Yeah, I love
what should happen.
I loved that. I love Luigi. Okay. I loved. I didn't love the villain, but I did enjoy the Bond girl, and I did not enjoy the Margaret Thatcher "give us a kiss" scene.
Dude, that was terrible. I hated, and it was way too long too.
I loved the car chase though when they're doing in like the little coupe, or the Beetle, the Volkswagen, whatever the fuck it was. I loved that.
It had. If I remember, it had terrible sound.
No, that was because I remember that was the first one. We're like, wait a minute, are they using the Bond theme for a chase scene?
I was thinking this was. I forget which one was the biggest offender. I thought it might have been this one.
It was Man with the Golden Gun.
Okay,
that's on the.
Oh yeah. Ugh. So bad.
But then it makes up for it by cutting the Sheriff J.W. Pepper's ass, so it's fine. It's just him letting out some gas. Yeah, I like a lot of aspects in this. I also like the fact that they brought back Blofeld. Not happy how he did it, but they did what they can do. All right,
I gotta say, I am glad, because there have been a couple times where I'm like, I kind of want Blofeld to come back, like to redo it type thing. But I'm glad they didn't try to redo another Spectre level villain.
Yeah, I think the idea of bringing Blofeld back is dumb.
Yeah, I mean like that size type thing. Like I think the closest was where are you? Tomorrow Never Dies would be, I think, the closest to like a Blofeld type guy.
Or Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah, Spy Who Loved Me. That's a good point.
All right, number 12.
Mine's Live and Let Die, which Live and Let Die would be my number one movie if it wasn't Roger Moore. Like, this is how far down Roger Moore brought that movie. I fucking love Live and Let Die.
And you want to know why? Because it got Sheriff J.W. Pepper in it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why it's the one. I think the villain in it, incredible.
Kananga, yeah.
Yeah, Kananga's death, fucking terrible, though. That stupid inflate-a-gun thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could do such a good villain so dirty.
But He's fantastic, and his death is great.
Yep. The whole setting, I think this is one of the better in America movies. I fucking love Solitaire. Solitaire is one of my favorite Bond girls. I'm not a huge fan of the did he assault this woman of stacking the deck to all be the lover, but I like the little bits of espionage in there.
Yeah.
What's yours?
My number 12 is gonna be very controversial.
Oh my god, is it Goldfinger?
It's Goldfinger.
Oh,
I like Goldfinger.
See, I can't talk like we're gonna have the same opinions. My next one's Goldfinger, so I can't be like, what are you talking about? Goldfinger's this low.
I like it.
It's a good movie,
but I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where Act 3, I was like, huh. I had I knew of Goldfinger because of the iconic woman painted gold.
Yeah.
But I had no memory of this at all, and I was like, I can dig it.
Yeah.
Odd Job's cool. Why do you
cool?
Yeah, why do you hate Odd Job? Huh?
All right. All right. So my whole life, everyone's been like, the Goldfinger is the gold standard of Bond. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is.
I think it's almost like, it basically is almost the perfect middle of the road Bond.
But no, that's not how people treat it. They treat it as like, oh, this is like the
people are wrong.
This is the one that every Bond movie tries to be. They want to be this, but they can never reach it.
I would say that's Thunderball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even though Thunderball is not my number one or anything, I think they all want to be Thunderball.
Yeah.
Including the ones that retell Thunderball.
Yeah, I think because that's like, oh, I remember there was a criticism. It's like they've always tried to make either another Goldfinger or From Russia with Love, but they end up with a Thunderball. And I think that's wrong. I think Thunderball is genuinely better than both of those movies.
I think Thunderball and either From Russia with Love or Spy Who Loved Me, one of those two would be the ones that they're trying to do always.
Yeah.
And then just sometimes it just doesn't work out, and sometimes it's Goldfinger.
Yeah,
I mean Goldeneye.
Goldfinger's plot is okay, but
I
like
that it's based more in reality than the older ones were. This is when it starts getting more realistic for me, is Goldfinger from the original ones.
Okay.
And I go, okay.
I think From Russia with Love is more, but because that one's like,
but
that
it's
one's
Spectre
grit.
is like, oh no, I'm talking like the we're taking over the world versus just like.
But they weren't trying to take over the world from Russia.
What are they trying to do?
They were trying to get the Lecter decoder, which would just fuck, so they would know all these plans, so that all the other shit, and they would be.
I guess that's not that crazy. You're right.
But I think Goldfinger, while great, it has so many flaws in its storytelling. Yeah. I think aesthetically, it's probably like the best Bond movie. It's aesthetically, it's gorgeous, and it has like so many cool things in it. And Connery is fantastic in it.
I love when he punches that lady. No, that's not this one. When he tells the girl to go away because it's boy talk time.
That's like, From Russia.
That's not this one?
No, this is this one.
She
slaps her on the ass.
Yeah. He goes, men talk. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Because that's when he's playing poker by the pool, which is a great scene.
Yeah. This movie has fantastic scenes.
Yeah.
But it's just...
It has like you said, this has like the look.
Yeah. It also has like Connery at like his finest.
Yeah.
Like he is great in this movie. Mm-hmm. And the car, Aston Martin's great. You know, Q scene's fantastic. The M scene's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I love that Bond does the thing where he's like fucking with Goldfinger from the beginning. It's right when...
Dude, yeah, right out of the gate, he's like, hey, Goldfinger, I know who you are.
Yeah. The problems with this movie are the Felix is the worst Felix of all time.
Terrible Felix. Awful Felix.
It also, right after Jill dies, it starts to have issues.
Yeah, and I think we said it before. They should have combined characters.
Yeah.
Could have simplified the
Pussy
story
Galore should have been Tilly Matheson.
Yeah.
She should have been given like an alias, and then the whole thing, I want to kill Goldfinger, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then you find out on the plane that it's been a whole double cross. And he's just like, who are you? My name's Pussy Galore. And he's like, I must be dreaming. And he's like, yeah, my sister. It was my sister, blah, blah, blah. Mm. And then you find out. And so it gives them a thing where they're working together, but like Goldfinger has no idea. So Bond can be in the prison the whole time. You know, it makes it better than Ron rapes her into fucking helping him.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Like, that's another reason why it's like her turn doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
And it ruins the movie. And the fact that they introduced Tilly Matheson just to make her not like nothing, because we already had our sacrificial lamb with Jill. You don't need Tilly to be a sacrificial lamb. Just combine the characters. Mm-hmm. It's stupid.
It's so dumb. And that's why it's my 11.
Yeah. No, my 11 is Live and Let Die.
Look at that. That's interesting. That I like how close a lot of ours are.
Yeah, I love Live and Let Die. I think Live and Let Die is a fantastic movie. It has Sheriff J.W. Pepper in it, and that's all it needed. No, I'm kidding. It has a great Felix. It's got the second best performance from Roger Moore as Bond, and it's not saying much, but it's true. Yeah. It's got It's got it's got the best henchman of the series. Like fucking Teehee, Whispers, Baron Samedi. It's like outside of Jaws.
I was gonna say I really like Jaws though.
Outside of Jaws, it's the best villains. It has
I really like On Top of It too.
That fantastic. Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah,
Golden Eyes we got better. Anyway,
but it's still good.
Still good. It has like that great car chase when they're in the fucking the double decker bus, and
it gets cut off.
Yeah, Solitaire's a great Bond girl. Kananga's one of the best villains. It has like those great scenes where he rips off the face.
Yeah, dude, he plays two villains in one movie.
It has that great moment where he runs on the crocodile's heads. It's got it's got my boy Paul McCartney on the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's a fantastic movie. It has the boat chase.
That's what I'm saying.
With Sheriff J.W. Pepper. Dude, it's got the fucking Mrs. Bell scene. Mrs. Bell when he's in the fucking.
I can't believe that's in that movie.
The fucking the plane sequence when he breaks.
She's the instructor.
Same time
I
tomorrow?
Can't believe all that's in the same movie.
Yeah.
If only more wasn't it?
Yeah. If only that should have been the last Connery.
Oh my god! If Connery was I mean, if he didn't phone in, if it was like full performance Connery, then
yeah. Or
that probably would have been number 3.
Or George.
Dude, if it was George, I would have cried. George would have had my number 1 and number 2 movie. He would definitely be better than Craig. That would probably be like I still think On Her Majesty's Secret Service is one of my like top 10 movies. Period.
Yeah,
I think Live and Let Die would have beat it. Honestly.
Yeah,
I just it's so good.
What you're saying is that if George Lazenby was in that movie, you would have had 3 Bond movies in your top 10 favorite films.
Yeah,
of all time.
I can't wait to see if Skyfall gets to stay. I was making my top 10 on Letterboxd, and I was like, I wonder if Skyfall will still be in here.
Yeah,
because we'll see. I wanted to rewatch it then, and I should probably wait the month to just watch it.
Have my fingers crossed. Hopefully, fucking GoldenEye can replace it.
Yeah, we'll see. It might.
Number 10.
Mine is License to Kill.
Mine is The Spy Who Loved Me.
Interesting.
I love it. But I think that Triple X's dog shit performance ruins it a bit. I think I love Jaws. I love, and also Stromberg is like. I think that would have been. I think most Spy Who Loved Me is. I think that their original pitch was better. I think that. That the idea that was going to be Blofeld would have made that better because you have the references to his wife, him falling genuinely in love with somebody again.
Mm-hmm.
It would have worked more, but I think Stromberg's whole eugenics thing is whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really, but it also has like the best pre-Brosnan action sequence in the entire series when they're on the sub.
Yeah,
like that's
the sub. And that's, I was going to say, the, what were we talking about? You Only Live Twice, talking about third act, big set piece. I think the submarine hangar in this is just so much better for large pieces. That's actually why it's higher on my list. Because everything you're saying is totally true. I love the Jaws scenes.
Me too.
And then especially, I think they're in Cairo.
When the guy's hanging off his tie and he hits the tie off. Yeah.
That's I think Roger Moore's brutalist kill.
Outside of the car?
I think it might be better than the car.
Okay.
Because I think it's more personable.
Okay.
More personal. More personal. Not personable.
Yeah.
It makes him a better person.
Yeah.
Than the car kill, but the car kill is number 2.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic movie. This is where like I think Goldfinger and On is where it's just like, all right, these are the goats, these are the good ones. These are the ones that are like, oh, these are fantastic movies.
Yeah, these are all really good movies.
Yeah, Spy Who Loved Me is 100% Roger Moore's peak.
Mm-hmm. And I also think it's probably one of the most iconic.
Yeah,
for just like people who aren't watching all of the movies in a row.
Do you think if more left on Spy Who Loved Me, that you would be like, all right, his tenure wasn't that bad.
Honestly, probably. If that was the final nail in his coffin.
Yeah.
And he finally died. I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still, overall, he ruined what could have been one of my favorite movies. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't give you too much credit.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been a better send-off for him.
Yeah. In a perfect world, Lazenby would have been there till A View to a Kill.
Mm-hmm.
But
if only.
Or to this, and then we could have had Dalton for the 80s. But,
yeah. Where do you have License to Kill on yours?
At number 9, my guy.
Oh, okay. So not too far off.
So
my Spy is my 8. So we're actually, that's kind of a little different for us.
So what was your number 10 again?
Mine's License to Kill.
All right, so we'll talk about License to Kill then, because my next one, number 9, is License to Kill. Is 10 License to Kill. I love License to Kill until the third act.
Yeah, I really think the third act tanks it, not because of the oil tankers.
Oh, yeah, I think that like the idea of the third act is great. It's just shot like shit.
Yeah,
I think the whole movie's
so good.
I think the whole movie shot like shit.
Yeah, it's all bleh.
It looks like a made-for-TV movie.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah,
I think Del Toro's great in it. I think
Dalton's great in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like Dalton in it.
I love the Bond girls. Pam.
I think I wonder.
I love Q in the field. It's the only time I liked him in the field.
Yeah, he did a good job. I think of the Dalton, I think Living Daylights is just so much better.
Oh yeah, as a full film, yeah. But I think his performance in License is better because he's got way more to work with.
Yeah, is it Pam? Is the Bond girl in that
yeah.
one?
No, yeah, in this one, yeah. And also, I love Robert Davi as Sanchez.
Yeah, I think Sanchez is great.
Yeah,
I think
and the Felix is pretty good. Sharky's great. I also love
Sharky's R.I.P.
Yeah, I also love Dalton's like when he gets captured and stuff. And he plays Sanchez like a fucking fiddle, and I also love the fucking fish baby.
Fish baby.
Remember when he wakes up in Sanchez's house and has like a fucking baby head on like a fish body?
Oh, dude, that was so weird. I love him playing Sanchez though. That's like the espionage stuff that I really like.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro's great.
Oh, so good. His death is great.
I also really like Wayne Newton. Bless your heart.
I don't remember that.
Remember the weird cult guy who's selling
dude, he was really good.
Yeah.
Is this higher?
I really like that. It's just like yeah, like you said, like the third act is like
not to interrupt you. This is the hardest part for me is like this good mid-range. So like the 5 to 10. I'm like I could be talked either way on any of these.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're all so good that cuz I really like Spy Who Loved Me. But talking about License to Kill, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I do remember those parts. Those are great.
Yeah. And you also had like the weird accountant guy. He's like, he's like,
dude, that was so great. Okay, I'm switching. I'm switching this to 9. You're gonna be pissed though, because it's bringing Tomorrow Never Dies down more.
Oh, it's fine. I Tomorrow Never Dies. I understand as an acquired taste. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a good. I don't think
nostalgia.
The thing about Tomorrow Never Dies is that I think it's a really good movie. I just think that my thing where I'm defending it so hard is that people think it's like, oh, it's bottom tier Bond, and I'm like, it's nowhere close.
Not at all. It's pretty good.
There's 7 Roger Moore movies.
It's pretty good. 7 too many.
Like it can't be anywhere close to the bottom.
Yeah. I'm so glad I changed it. I'm glad we talked about this. It's editing my list. And one thing too, my list sometimes I'm like, I feel like I put that higher, and I think sometimes I accidentally drag stuff when I'm moving. Like when we watch a new movie, because Letterboxd is really weird about moving your rankings.
Yeah,
and then all the covers look great, so I never know what's apart.
So what's number 9 then?
So number 9 is License to Kill. Number 10 is
Tomorrow Never
Dies. I don't know why I have them all open so I can look at them and quickly reference, and I just can't read Tomorrow Never Dies. I don't know if that's something with the font, but every time I'm like, what movie is this?
All right, so 10 for you
So,
is Tomorrow
yeah.
Never Dies. We'll talk about that when we get to mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go. So we did number 9, License to Kill. Number 9, License to Kill. Number 8.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. Now we're synced on License to Kill. My number 8 is Spy Who Loved Me.
My number 8 is The Living Daylights.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
Third act problems.
Yep.
I love Kara, one of my fave Bond girls. I love that. I love me some T-Dalt. I love the opening. I love, I'll go on and froth at the mouth about how much I love the sniper scene. Yep. I love the chase scene, the car chase scene. Probably start corrosion. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And I like the whole villain plot. I think we had some disagreements on like who the actual villain was, type thing.
Yeah, I think it's Yogi.
Yeah. And I think it's the other guy.
You think it's the arms dealer?
Yeah. And I can see it both ways is the thing.
Yeah.
But I think Yogi is so I think the story makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's just good.
Yeah. Him getting out of the thing and him putting him in the tube, the fucking big-breasted Russian chick.
Oh, good.
I love Saunders. The Felix in that movie, the guy who gets killed, and I love the guy with the fucking headphones, the killer who strangles you. I also
the milkman.
Yeah,
that's what we call them.
Yeah, I love the milkman.
Yeah, that whole scene, dude. The scene in the house where Bond is just gone, and we're seeing just like other agents that aren't double O's, just like fighting in a safe house against the milkman is so good.
Yeah, it was like the best. It also had the best Q scene since Connery left.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love Living Daylights. I just think that the third act gets boring as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a hallmark of all of John Glenn's Bond movies. I think once you hit the third act, his third act, consistently as a director, every third act that he had sucks.
Yeah. And I feel like third act shouldn't be the hardest part to do.
Yeah.
I almost feel like keeping people during the second act is the hardest thing to do. But they like kill it in most of these movies.
Yeah. Well, because especially with John Glenn, because he did For Your Eyes Only, great first 2 acts. Third act is the worst thing ever.
Yep.
Octopussy's first 2 acts are fine. Third act is the most boring ass shit ever. View to a Kill is a mess in the first 2 acts, but it's enjoyable. Third act sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Living Daylights is one of the best Bond movies until the third act. Living Daylights is one of the best Bond movies until the third act.
Yep.
Like man cannot end a movie.
It's a superpower.
Yeah. And I think the other issue is that Bond genuinely falls in love with Kara, and we never see Kara again.
Yeah.
And I get what they're trying to do, but it doesn't work. If you're gonna have him fall in love with a girl, you gotta kill him.
Yeah.
That's Bond rules.
Yeah. Or have her come back.
Yeah, and they didn't. So
yeah, pick one.
Yeah. Number 7. Oh, number 8 was for you.
My was Spy Love Me, and then my 7 is Living Daylights.
My number 7 is Tomorrow Never Dies.
Okay.
I love it. I know you hate a lot of things about it.
Yeah, that's it. I think overall it's pretty good, but it's middle of the road for me.
The pre-title sequence is so good. When like the rocket one, when he's like trying to blow, when like the British intelligence sends the nuke, but then it's like they have a nuclear plane there and he has to get out.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. It's
got I love the
hench. I like that it played into it was a best of both worlds. It gave us that like extra mission thing, and then also it had the henchman get the thing he needed for the main storyline to go through. Mm-hmm. It was, like I said, best of both worlds with it.
Yeah, I also love the hitman, the weird eccentric guy, the Frenchman.
Yeah.
I loved the big fight chase, like the big shootout on the submarine again. I like that it's not like we're taking over the world plot. It's more of like a guy who's like he's affecting the world in this extreme way, but it's all so he can make his money off the news.
Yeah. And that's like I like the idea of that. I think I didn't like the villain, and I hated the set design for most of the stuff. And I know we're in disagreement over the set design, but
I also like the villain. I think Jonathan Pryce was a great villain.
I didn't really like him, and I don't like saying it, but I didn't like his acting either. I was like, I don't know if somebody else would have changed my opinion on it. I think it's the role, not just the actor.
Yeah.
But I also think I was like, oh, it's Steve Jobs. Okay.
I also like the Bond girls. I liked having Sylvia Trench back, even though she wasn't named Sylvia Trench.
Name her Sylvia Trench.
I also liked Waylon. I like that they weren't like a full on like, oh, I'm falling in love moment. It was more of like we're two colleagues and we're gonna bang because we fucking did it.
Just don't bang. I just want one time they don't bang. One time. Just be friends. Just be cool.
Yeah.
But I get it's part of it.
Yeah. Dude, you really like that Christopher Nolan shit.
Yeah. I can't wait till
it's like because
Daniel Craig is crying.
Back when I had a Batman podcast, in the Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher era, Batman's fucking a lot. And then you get to the Nolan era, and he becomes completely asexual. And Bruce Wayne doesn't lose his virginity until 2012 when he's like 48 years old.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. And that's why, I love what Connery did with stuff, where it was, part of the job. He's like, I'll look at my watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
I think I've done enough to get information out of you.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked Waylon, but
yeah.
To each his own.
Yeah. And I don't fault people for liking it. It's just not what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I also think it has debatably the best car chase in the series, which is the scene with the remote control car in the car parking garage. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I forgot to watch that deleted scene of the rest of it. Did they release it? I know you said there was a deleted scene because there was missing missiles. I was like, he has 14.
They're probably released.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
There's a really good deleted scene from License to Kill you should watch, where it's Bond at a hotel room smoking a cigarette and drinking while cleaning his gun while watching Sanchez on television.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
Yeah. Good shit. Number 6.
Mine is World's Not Enough.
Hey!
It's so good.
Same. If you think this movie sucks, you're wrong.
Yeah. It's Skyfall.
It is Skyfall. It's Skyfall Draft 1.
Yeah.
And I think that it has a lot of things that are better than Skyfall because it has so much more lore to it. Whereas Skyfall is building off of 2 movies, and one of them is one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah. And that's gonna be apparent, I have a feeling. That's why, I was shocked at how much, because, again, I had mostly just seen the Craig movies, and I was like, Skyfall is probably one of the best storylines I've seen in a movie. Holy shit, I loved that.
Yeah, and then you find out it's just the Dark Knight mixed with The World's Not Enough.
Yeah, and I'm like, that does kind of discount it a little. That's why I'm excited to see if it's still up there.
Yeah. It's still pretty good, but I think that this is a better version of it because I think it has so much, because they're playing, they're not directly playing, saying it, but it's obvious that they're doing it, where it's Electra King reminds Bond of Tracy, this helpless girl who is so self-destructive. I think one of the producers said it's a movie where Bond thinks he found Tracy, but he's actually found Blofeld.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I think that movie, I think that dynamic is so good. It has also Valentin Stokowski coming back. I also like Renard.
I think Renard was good too. That stupid hot rock scene, I was like, oh. This guy's gonna suck, but then he was all right.
Yeah,
he's a little simp. It's okay.
Yeah, I also
we've all been there.
Denise Richards sucks at acting in the movie, but you know what? So does 90% of the Bond girls from the movies that are above this.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things that held it back was I was so fucking bored at the end in the submarine when they're fighting with the nuclear rod. I'm like, man, I really don't care anymore. And I don't know if it has to do with her acting or if it's just visually boring.
I think you could cut a couple fucking frames out of each shot.
And it's okay, but I liked it.
Yeah, it also has that fantastic opening sequence, the boat chase through the London Canal.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, I think it's a little silly with the hot air balloon. That's a camp where I'm like,
the hot air balloon? What's camp about that?
I don't know, that they're escaping on a hot air balloon.
I like that. I think that it's just there. It's just she's taking whatever's there, and then I like that she uses it to kill herself.
Yeah, I think that's great. I I don't know what I would have done differently because I like the outcome and everything. I just go, why the fuck was there a hot air balloon here?
Yeah, I also love the moment where Bond does his "you just died" quip, but then the guy survived.
Yeah,
It's just like I'll see you in the slopes or whatever, and then in the lodge, and then he smiles, and then the fucking guy is a parachute. Fuck. Yeah, I love it. And I love Blondie fucking in it, and he gets fucking. He's just like, boss, it's great to see you. Yeah, me too. Shoots him.
Yeah.
I also love that part where
What's his name? Valentino.
Valentin Stokowski.
Yeah. Hagrid's fantastic. Great actor.
Robbie Coltrane, baby. I love the scene where Bond has the X-ray glasses and he sees the guy's got like the knife and the gun, and he throws the guy onto the table and he takes the guy's knife and stabs him onto the table, and then grabs the guy's gun, hands it to the bartender.
He takes his drink.
Wasn't Enough is a fantastic fucking movie.
You just like the glasses because you bought them.
I did.
I think I like the. Oh, sorry, that registered. The idea of the glasses I like. I hate that it's like, oh, everybody has lead underpants on. Like,
Nick, come on. I know you want to see some dong.
I know,
but
no, just like cut around it. Like, I don't know.
You can't cut around the boobs.
You just show you show them like shoulder up. And then he puts the glasses on and everything disappears. Like they're in a full gown, and then now you can see their shoulders, and I can imagine that their clothes are gone with the glasses. Then just show the guys hanging Wang with the gun next to it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I think it could have been cut around.
It also has that amazing fucking helicopter sequence of the chainsaw.
I see. I don't really like that. I did see. I think I'm getting advertised to. I was just like randomly scrolling through Reddit or something, and it showed the like an actual. It was like, did you know that helicopters have these chainsaw things that hang from it? It's like, I did know that.
You also have that great scene when he's in the underground lair, and he's like, and he gets on like the fucking thing that like moved the where Renard like detonates the bomb by going up in the elevator, and he has to go on the chains as it's blowing up. Oh,
it's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
That's why it's number 6.
Number 5.
Thunderball.
Dr. No.
Yeah, I think we have ours flopped.
Yeah, I think our Connerys are going to be flipped.
Yeah, I'm worried about Dr. No, but I just like so much about it.
Oh, no, I love Dr.
No. You've had your 6.
Yeah, the Dr. No is a perfect Bond movie.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for putting it in 5. For reference, it's my 3. Do you want to talk about Thunderball now or Dr. No now?
I'll talk about Dr. No.
Okay.
Because
Mine is Thunderball, by the way.
Yeah, we'll talk about both. I love Dr. No because it sets up everything that I like about Bond, but it also does it perfect. Like, the henchmen are so fucking weird. Mm-hmm. 3 by Mice, the girl who licks the bulbs.
Yeah.
And when she stabs him, she stabs Kroll in the face, and he no-sells it. He just wipes the blood off. He's like, should I break her arm? He's just like, no, leave her. It has our best Felix.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It sets up so many things for her. It has the fucking spider scene.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Honey Rider's great. She's a bad actress, but she's great.
I think the things I don't like are the dragon. I understand that like they had to kill Quarrel. I don't think they had to. I understand they had to have a reason to keep the people from going on the island, and they would be scared of a mythical creature, but like I think it just was stupid. Like a tank with a flamethrower, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's a dragon!"
Well, I like the idea that it's like dead of night, and you see like this thing with like light the eyes, and it's like coming at you and shooting fire, and they just dip immediately. And I like how Bond, and I like that it's not actually a dragon, and then Bond points that out. He's like, "It's not actually a dragon; it's a fucking tank." And then they're all like, "Oh, we're dumb."
I can't believe this.
Yeah, I love like the scene where he's like has like when they're under the water, and he's like they're breathing through like the tube, and then like he like slowly comes out of the water and he stabs the guy.
There was something I didn't like about that with I forget what it was. There was just something about that scene that like rubbed me the wrong. I don't know if it was the way he killed him or something, or like I don't remember. I just remember being taken aback by it and being like, "Damn, they could have done this a little differently, and I would have liked it more."
Yeah. I really like I love the espionage in it. As I think I said earlier, the spider scene is so good. Mm-hmm. Connery also has some of his best one-liners in it. I think they're on their way to a funeral. Make sure he doesn't get away.
Yeah.
And like him checking the watch. And like when
You've had your 6.
yeah, that scene is so good.
Yeah. And that's why it's number 3.
Yeah. Dude, that scene is so good. It's because it's like Bond's like been sitting there all night smoking cigarettes, playing cards with himself, and then like the guy shoots his bullets, and then like Bond starts talking to him and looking away from him, and just like
letting him go for his gun and stuff.
yeah. And then he goes for the gun, and then Bond pulls his gun on him, and the guy realizes he's out of ammo. And he's like, "Yeah, you've had your 6." Boink.
Yeah. Boink, and the gun shoots a little bang flag.
My only flaw is Dr. No.
Yeah, Dr. No is terrible. I hate they don't build fear with him crushing a tin can. Like, okay, I don't. Give a shit
I think
about that.
we said he should have just killed like a henchman.
Yeah, either that or Teehee, I think does he have a middle hand?
Yeah.
They cut a gun, is what Teehee does. He either bends it or like I think he bends it closed. I was like, that's all they had to do with Dr. No. Instead of crushing the like dinky salt and pepper shaker or something stupid that he does. I'm like, is that tough?
Yeah.
Like, was that
just a big man?
Yeah, was that like a fragile piece of pottery or was that like solid metal? The gun, I have an understanding of what a gun feels like. So I can be like, oh shit, he just bent that closed? That's crazy.
Yeah. I also love that Bond goes Die Hard in it, where he's like, looks like shit at the end, where he's like covered in blood.
Yes. This, Die Another Day did a good job of the bloodied looks too.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you. But they did it right in the first one.
Yeah. I love Dr. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a classic.
And then Thunderball, you also really like.
I do. I'll save my thoughts on that for when I get to it.
So next I have
From Russia with Love.
Yes.
Hey, you both get From Russia with Love.
Yeah. We're pretty synced. We've been pretty close on almost all. You've convinced me of changing one so far.
Yeah.
To match you. But everything else, we've only been like one off from each other.
Yeah.
From Russia is great. Again, this is one of the ones where I feel like this is a story that they try to retell, but it can't really nail it as well as they did the first time.
Well, the problem is that with From Russia, it's all espionage, and so like they've never been able to do it because the next one was Goldfinger, which is the most spectacular pre-Moore movie. So it's like you can't recapture that pure espionage until I guess Casino Royale. But even then, Casino Royale is more of a Jason Bourne movie than it is a James Bond movie.
Yeah,
I love that Grant has Bond's life in his hands, and only through greed does he lose. And I love the helicopter chase where Bond's dodging the helicopters, and I love Tatiana Romanova. I love how her mission was to seduce Bond and get information out of him, but then she genuinely falls in love with the man.
It's so good. And you fall in love with Grant.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the train scene.
The train fight scene is still fight. Barely matched.
Yeah.
I think that the other thing I love about it is the insinuation that Bond and Q had M had a threesome back in Japan, back in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought it was Japan. I think you're right though.
Yeah, and
yep. Turn that off.
Yeah, I also like the fact that they brought back Sylvia Trench from the first one.
Yep, which should have continued.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking love it.
It's great.
Pedro Amidala's character.
There's 2 villains.
Yeah, I love Rosa Club.
Yeah,
I love number 3.
It's all so good.
Yeah.
The starting chess scene. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool.
The first appearance of Blofeld.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just spectacular, and I see why that they tried to make this often, but they fail. I also love the suitcase. I know Nick doesn't like the suitcase.
I love the suitcase. I hate the gun that's in it because that shouldn't count as part of it.
Yeah.
Everything in. I think if they did that exact gadget today, I would love it. Because they'd be able to make the gas canister smaller and fit more flush to the case versus like a propane tank in it, or like they do something better with the gun. But everything else about it I love.
Oh, and that scene when they do the snipers thing where fucking Pedro Almodovar like rests the sniper like barrel on Bond's shoulder and they shoot the guy coming out of like the billboard.
Yeah, is it it's coming out of the eyeball or something?
It's coming out of the teeth. Because then he says, should have kept her mouth shut.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
God, I love Sean.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Number 4. Also, it's our first appearance of Q, our real Q.
Mm-hmm. This was number 4.
Yeah. So number 3.
Number 3, mine is Dr. No.
Yep.
Yours is Thunderball.
Thunderball.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Peak of Connery, baby.
Yeah. They said he needs a jetpack.
And I was like, he does. I agree. I think he needs a jetpack.
I said, no, he doesn't.
You're wrong. I love him throwing the flowers on the guy.
Yeah, that's still one of the best kill scenes.
Can you hand me some clothes so I can get out of the tub? He hands her the shoes.
Yeah.
And then he sits there.
Yeah.
And then, when she gets killed, don't mind my friend, she's just dead.
Yeah. You love that.
I do. It's my favorite of all of the post-death quips.
Yeah.
I love Domino. Obviously, I've talked at nauseum about the scene on the beach.
Yeah. I don't even think we need to bring up the scene on the beach again.
Yeah. I love all the stuff inside, like the weird espionage where Bond just happens to be a part of this plot where he's just stumbling into it while being at like the care center.
Mm. All the care center stuff I love.
Yeah.
But
other than him getting humped to the humping machine.
But that's one of the things where I think Never Say Never Again actually beat it. Because the fight scene in the medicine room and stuff is so good.
Yeah.
And he throws pee in his eye.
Yeah. I really enjoy the Felix in this movie, Rick Van Nutter.
I think he might still be my second.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, and I obviously I've talked also ad nauseum about how much I love Largo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Largo's one of those perfect villains, and it makes sense with his relationship with Domino and the brother and all that. It's so good.
And Domino killing him is so fucking satisfying.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
But, man.
And also I think like the quips in this one are some of the best. Like the what sharp little eyes you have. Wait till you get to my teeth.
Yeah.
And then when he shoots the guy with the fucking harpoon gun, I think got the point.
Yeah.
It's like all of them in this one is like this is the best of all that shit.
That's good.
I also like the scene where he's like being chased throughout the Mardi Gras thing, where he gets his like leg cut and you see the blood trails, and that's how they're following him. Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Yeah, Thunderball, underrated Bond movie. I also love the fact that he was about to get Largo was actually gonna win until Domino killed him, and the whole like I'm glad that I killed him. You're glad.
Yeah, that scene is so good, but man, I hate the way it's shot. And I've talked about that a million times.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I still think it's great. It's just I think I like Dr. No more.
No, that's fine. I think literally with the Connery era, I think that these three are completely interchangeable. I can see why I can see why Dr. No is the best one. I can see why From Russia with Love is the best one. I can see why Thunderball is the best one.
Yeah, I can't believe people hate Thunderball.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Thunderball. And I'm like, why? It's so fucking good. Number 2.
Mine's GoldenEye.
Mine's on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Which one do you want to talk about?
Let's fight. Let's go from both.
I think it's going to be I think you've said it before. Just depends on what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
They're both like perfect. I think we can talk about GoldenEye first. I know you want to.
No, we can talk about On Her Majesty.
Okay.
That's your number.
Because he just wants to go, Goldfinger's number 1. We talked about it last. I mean GoldenEye.
Don't you mean Goldenfinger?
Yeah. I really like On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh yeah,
we could talk about it now though.
George Lazenby is the king.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe
short-term kings. We
only got one movie from him.
Yeah, and then 2 TV specials of him showing up in The Man with Uncle.
Yeah, that chase scene was really funny.
Yeah,
the car chase.
Yeah, I wish we could have had more with George and Peter Hunt, but we didn't.
Yeah. What could have been?
But I also like. I think if Connery was in this, I think it would have been better.
Nah. It's no matter what you said, it's better than all Connery's movies. So.
But I think Connery is a better
down.
Bond.
Don't worry. It's okay, Mark.
Because it's also just like, because Connery's issue is that he also worked with kind of like shit directors occasionally. And I think that if he worked with someone like Peter Hunt, it would have been like, this is life changing. And I think it would also have rejuvenated his love for the character. And he probably would have stayed for like probably the rest of the 70s. Or at least like, and then we could have had him in Diamonds Are Forever with Peter Hunt. And then we could have had Peter Hunt do Live and Let Die and Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah. Would have been crazy. It's weird how like we can see what could have been so much better. But in the moment, like obviously they were like, we need to change things around.
Yeah.
It's like, no, stop it. No.
Yeah. I mean, even George going on would have been fantastic, but I also think that, you know, I probably would have gotten sick of him.
Yeah, we get our skiing scene. We start that whole trope.
Yeah. Do you think, I was thinking about that the other day, actually, in preparation for this. Do you think, I was thinking, like, is George's thing a thing, because he had one and it was so good that we kind of romanticize him, and maybe if he had more, it would have
totally.
It would have had a negative reaction to this movie.
Oh, that's a good point. It probably would have. It's
like the Syd Barrett thing, like where Syd Barrett made one album of Pink Floyd and it's fantastic. So it's like you could be like, "Whoa, well, if Syd Barrett was in the band, Dark Side Moon would have been way better, and the Wall would have been way better." But it's also like, but if he stayed, maybe it wouldn't have been as good, and then would that have ruined his legacy?
Yeah, it's possible.
Like if the Beatles didn't break up and they made a subpar album, would the Beatles not be as good or be held in high regard?
You know, it's totally true. You gotta know when to quit, and George didn't.
Should have waited one more.
That's like, because I think he could have easily ruined his reputation. Like, because I think Roger Moore had that one good one, and he had some all right ones. If he had just stopped there, we'd probably be like, yeah, he was a fine Bond. But instead, he just kept chugging them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a perfect example of that is Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if he just stopped to that 3, holy moly.
Yeah. And
he didn't do this?
Yeah.
Because this brought him down a ton. Like a shit ton.
I still think he's top tier Bond, but
yeah, I think he's great. But if we go like, we should do our averages too, so George wins.
No, stop, bullshit.
Stop.
Fucking bullshit.
It's however many movies they did, we combine all the stars.
Yeah, you're just like, oh well, I guess the best two Bonds are George Lazenby and Timothy Dalton. How that works out?
Oh, weird. I guess they were just too good.
Yeah, too good for 3, I guess.
It's such a great movie. It's shot well.
Yeah, it's
perfect villain.
Mm-hmm. It has like that. It's the only Bond movie that has that new Hollywood style.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because like the 70s ones where New Hollywood style was like the prevalent style, they didn't have it. They had like the Dr. No style.
Yeah.
Whereas On Her Majesty's Secret Service feels as fresh as it was in 1969 as it like to this day.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like Die Hard.
Yeah,
that's how
it's aged perfectly.
Yeah, and it's brutal. It also shows Bond with vulnerability. He falls in love, and the Bond girl is still the best fucking Bond girl to this day.
Yeah.
Blofeld, Telly Savalas' Blofeld is like,
he's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it didn't deserve this good of acting.
Exactly, and I loved like his plot was like very simple rather than like I'm gonna be stealing missiles and spaceships and stuff. Like fuck that. I like that he's like, all right, so I've convinced all these people that I'm doing this good thing, but it's actually this really bad thing, and they will never know until it happens.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah.
I love that Bond goes rogue.
Yeah, with the mafia.
With the mafia. Like I think that Bond going rogue gets overplayed because I think like there's only been like 3 occasions where it's been necessary, and this also Die Another Day was not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, just because this is still the Die Another Day episode, I really think that this didn't need it. In a perfect example of needing it is On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, I think like off the top of my head, the only ones I think really deserve it are On Her Majesty's Secret Service and License to Kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say License to Kill is the only other one that really I'm like, that needs
Yeah.
for most of the plot to happen.
Yeah. Did Connery ever go rogue?
I think we tried to figure it out last week, and I forgot to look it up.
No, I don't think he did, because he didn't go rogue in Dr. No, obviously, or From Russia, or Goldfinger, or Thunderball, or You Only Live Twice, or Diamonds. Yeah, so he never went rogue.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Did more? Yeah, he did. He went rogue twice,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucked each time.
Yep. But it's so good in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, because also, like, dude, that fucking scene where he's, like, staring out the window after Tracy got killed, you have her...
That transition.
Oh... The fucking scene where they pull focus when the guy looks at the fucking the calendar with the knife in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's so good.
That fight, dude. The fight scene in the hotel room when Bond fucking almost breaks the dude's arm.
The fight scene 1 second before he throws the knife in the room is still one of my favorite fight scenes in James Bond.
Dude, the scene when he's
4 seconds long.
When he invades Blofeld's base and he's like sliding on the ice, shooting them like the AK.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a fucking dude. And then Tracy kicks the guy's ass and she stabs him with the thing. Oh my god.
The thing on the wall, that random artwork. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. I can't believe.
The bobsled scene.
Okay, the bobsled scene is my weakest point in the movie, actually. I think it goes on too long.
The car chase.
The car chase is so fucking good. When he's scared in the ski village, he's like, "Oh no, I'm out of options."
And and you see the skates and the camera pans up and she looks heavenly. Oh,
it's so good. The movie's perfect.
It is.
But Mark thinks GoldenEye's better.
I do. GoldenEye, I think, is just a better made movie.
Do you think? No, I was gonna say. Do you
and-
think it's because of the times, or
No.
you mean the story, right?
I think the story, the characters, because I think on a filmmaking level, I think On Her Majesty's Secret Service looks better.
Mm-hmm.
But
Better movie confirmed.
I think the thing with GoldenEye is the action is better constructed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Brosnan's a better Bond. Straight up. I think that he does the action better, and I think he also does the emotional shit better. And I think that in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, you care about Bond, you care about Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
In GoldenEye, you care about literally everybody. It hurts
No, yeah, you're right.
to see even the henchmen die. Because even with Boris, you're like, oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, Boris was great. But there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, okay, Boris, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that beginning scene takes a while. But you're right. I didn't even think about I literally cared about everybody in that movie.
Yeah.
Versus I didn't care about 80% of the people in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Well, yeah. Did you care about the girl who was allergic to chicken?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Ruby? Like, come on.
I didn't care about any of the other girls.
Yeah. Neither did Bond.
Yeah.
It's also our first time with Judi Dench as M.
Yeah.
It's got Samantha Bond is fantastic as Moneypenny in that.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the Q scene is probably the best Q scene of the series.
Mm-hmm.
In GoldenEye, it's also I also like Zaina Onatop is like a perfect henchwoman.
Yeah.
So is Oramov. So is Boris. And also you were saying that scene with Boris went on for too long. But because that scene went on for so long, you got to know everybody in that.
Yeah, in that room. Yeah.
So then when they all got brutally fucking slaughtered and covered in blood, it was fucking incredible. And
so good.
the tank scene.
See, the tank scene was the camp line where I'm like, oh, too campy.
Really?
Damn. Yeah. I like it, but it's not what I was looking for in the moment.
Yeah.
But man, that fight with 006 at the end.
When they're fist fighting in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love when they're in the library and they're shooting through the holes and you see the
that's...
sparks going behind him. He's just running. And then the opening, the pre-title sequence, I will stand by as the best pre-title sequence of the series.
It is a very good one. There's a lot of good ones though.
Starting with him just running and then doing the bungee jump into his reveal in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then that first moment you see him.
This is perfect. Toilet's too campy for me. I was like, he's got a Spider-Man kiss him in the toilet. It's like you couldn't just drop in the stall before he sits down to poop.
That was my perfect level of camp.
It's a little too much for me.
I really like that. Also, that first image of him coming out of the bathroom where you see like the profile always got the gun to his head.
Oh yeah,
and then like him is double.
Six's reveal.
Yeah, his like relationship with 006 in the beginning, how they come off as genuinely good friends and have perfect chemistry, and then the betrayal. Yeah. You also got Valentin Stokowski coming back, or his first appearance, where he's got like Minnie Driver singing "Stand by Your Man."
Yep, it's so good.
You got Jack Wade calling him Jimbo.
Jack Wade's great. He's not my favorite Felix character, but he's up there. He's great.
Yeah,
and he comes back too, which they don't do enough with characters.
Yeah. I just think GoldenEye is a perfect film.
Yeah, and again, it's like I think it's gonna come down to what I'm feeling that moment. If I like GoldenEye or Honor Majesty's more, but right now I like Honor Majesty's more.
Yeah, and one last thing before we head off, let's do our ranking. Bonds.
Well, no, let's wait till Craig. Let's do that next week.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll do Craig. Because we got to give him a shot. But I think we should only give him Casino so we can get it over with.
I mean, that is his best. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch my favorite one from all of them, and then so I'll be fresh on for
the next recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of Bonding with Bond. I can't believe the original series is over.
It flew by.
It did fly by.
I hope it flew by for all of you, too.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Next week, we'll be doing the beginning of the reboot era, the Daniel Craig films.
The good ones.
Where, Nick, I'm going to fucking kill you. We'll see you next week. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch our films, watch other shows that we have, like 296, and be sure to listen to us here on YouTube or on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. I figured it out. You might have noticed this for a while now, but this is the first time it's actually up.
Yes. So, thank you for listening if you're listening to us on Spotify.
And you might have noticed the new artwork, too.
Yes, done by our one and only Nick Campbell.
Yeah, it's just for a little backstory of it. It's an old little stamp that used to be on the Bond novels, and I was like, I like the colors on this and how it looks, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to make our logo in it, and I was like, I kind of love how this came out.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
And Mark was like, I kind of love how that came out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's gonna be our logo for the rest of the show. Thank you, and so yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you there. Have a good one.
Bye.